Okay, here we go. Welcome everybody. Good morning, good evening, and good night, wherever you are, whenever you are. It is Toonkind DnD, the happiest place on earth, where nothing bad ever happens. And we have three wonderful players. I think we're all in what is broadly still considered to be Europe, and this is unusual. So I'm excited by that. Okay, so I will get going. You are all wonderful people, and I forgot to do the main important thing, which is where you introduce yourself and your characters. I'm getting ahead of myself because we've been talking for a while. I'm really good at this. Okay, so from top to bottom, if you can introduce yourself, your character, like give a very brief introduction of who they are. That'd be great.
Mm-hmm. I'm top of the order, I think. Yeah.
Yep.
My name is Jay. I will be playing Tally Hartshawn, who is a Frankenalley kind of orcish mook, styled after the 80s retro animation where like everything was kind of a bit janky and not super great looking. She kind of comes from that era, and she looks kind of terrifying, but she has a wonderful personality and is going to subject you all to it.
Hello, my name is Liz, and I'm going to be playing the amazing Duke, a wizard who is a performing magician who's traveling around Inkwell. He is, as you would say, a real kind human. He is brown skin, grey hair, donned in a too expensive suit for him traveling around this place with a walking stick and a big backpack. And on his hands he wears toon gloves, very stylized in the same sense of rubber hose animations. He is very pleased to be here.
I'm Louis, and I'm gonna play Tobias O'Crowell, who is a very funky guy, and is an UPAN, I think you say, and is also very colorful, and you will probably see this soon enough, because he basically will and can and will change color every time he feels an emotion.
I love this character concept so much. I can't wait to explore it some more. So yes,
Thank you.
these are all marvelous characters. The art I've seen of two of them is just so good. Oh, they're delightful. This is so good. Okay, so now I can get on with the premise. Sorry for jumping the gun, or almost jumping the gun. So you are basically traveling, and you pass through this place called Breakdown Town, or the town of Breakdown. And this is a place where like no one really stops. It's more of a passing position, if you will. And it's a small village way out on the western edge of the water desert, and it sort of serves as a connecting hub to several disparate locations. And there's 7 roads leading in various directions from the town's central fountain, which isn't running. It's just kind of like there. It gurgles. Sometimes you feel like this place has seen better days. It's not, yeah, so like I said, it's not a particularly inhabited place apart from a few hard-won locals. And again, from top to bottom, how has your character travelled this far, and where are they headed to?
Tally is Tally probably passes through towns like this quite a lot, because she leads kind of since the whole epic fantasy 80s retro kind of show went out of style, she's kind of like not really been able to get much in the way of any kind of work, so she mostly kind of drifts around without any particular ultimate destination in mind. And she just this is the kind of place where she tends to pick up work as like a bouncer, or if there's monsters that need hitting, or or that kind of stuff, or maybe somebody that could sell her a pair of knitting needles that would work for her hands.
Aww. That's a real problem when you've got big chunky hands, huh? Okay. How about you, amazing Duke?
The amazing Duke, he's traveling. He's traveling to different theater locations to do his show, and usually he takes some sort of public transportation. to these locations. Other times he asks favors from people he know to get himself to that location. But honestly, he walks, he hikes, and he enjoys sightseeing and going to these locations. And also, he doesn't have much money to get on transportation currently.
Magician gig doesn't pay super well.
Especially with that dastardly film just coming and sweeping up all of the audience. Nobody really wants to go to the theater anymore to see live magicians. It's weird. He's not sorry about it. So he's just walking. He's got a hiking stick. He's got a backpack, and he sees his town.
The journey is the destination. I like it. Very poetic. And finally, how about you, Tobias?
Well, Tobias is kinda the same thing. He's just trying to find work, and so he goes from city to city, town to town, just to find someone who will, find qualities in him and find him good enough for works, because, he has ideals, but they're not really in his reach for now.
Oh.
So yeah, just traveling and trying to get money.
Oh.
We've got a bunch of free spirits here.
Yeah, this is great. You all have like a lot in common immediately. Okay, so yeah, you all arrive. I'm gonna say like from different roads. You sort of end up near this fountain, and there's a saloon. There's some ramshackle houses, but there's really not much. Like most of the surrounding areas, fields growing crops. But the thing that really catches your eye and noses is this restaurant, and it's at the crest of the hill. It's a hill that you're very close to, and it's lunchtime, and the sounds of happy conversation mixed with this inviting scent of expertly made food, which floats out of the high-glassed windows, and there's this huge polished brass-handled door in front of which stands, funny you should mention bouncers there, Jay, stands the most mountainous, imposing-looking bouncer you've ever laid eyes on. They stand there with their arms crossed, being impassive, and they have this low bowler hat and a muffling scarf, so it's all but obscuring their face, but you can see, even from the distance you're at, these sort of glaring, pupilless eyes that peek out of the shadows of the hat. And, this is basically the only enticing thing. So in order to advance the game, because you could just wander off, because players like to do that, I'm gonna say that, in a Toonish way, the smells sort of pick you all up by your nose, and you sort of go floating over to the restaurant, and you land outside these huge, big, polished windows, and it looks beautiful inside. It's got this sort of Art Deco feel to it. Tiana's place. It's kind of like, you want to get in there. I want to go there, please. And, So, and you see inside this window people. And it's not just any people. It's so exciting because each and every one of you has a person you would really like to meet. And who is inside but these very people? And I'm going to start with Tobias, in fact, because you look in the window and you sort of, you're just kind of scanning, and then your face like, because it is none other than Achille Artichaut, who is, your idol. He's an actor, and for the rest of you guys listening, he's basically bootleg Poirot. He's David Suchet, but like of Toontown, and like, he's there sitting at this table. What an opportunity! And then the amazing Duke, you look in. And who do you see but Saul Satura, who is the most classy-looking frog you've ever seen. He's a big man in stage casting. Like, if you're in vaudeville or anything to do with stage, you want to know this guy. You want to know him. And finally, Tally Hartshorn, you look in, and this is a big surprise for you, because sitting just about managing to sit at this tiny table in comparison to how huge they are, it's your old boss, Ragnar the Terrible, and they're there eating away this dainty little meal with a tiny spoon, and you really want to talk to these people. So what do you guys do? You're all basically outside, but in front of these windows with these people that you desperately want to see on the inside.
I mean, Tally's immediately just going to try and walk in. Like, they are not particularly intimidated by the bouncer, though whether that's because they feel like they can take this person or whether they recognize this person as like a fellow hit thing real good. Or whether she just doesn't necessarily clog them because she hasn't seen Hraktar the Terrible in years and really wants to be able to catch up with. So she's just gonna try and walk in.
Okay, well, this person is quite literally a bouncer because you walk into them and you make like the sonic boing noise and go bouncing off, and they fill the doorway. And I mean, like, this is a big ass door. And this person is as tall and as wide, and it just stands there and doesn't even behave as if it's noticed that you tried to get in. But
I knock on the bouncer like a door. I knock on the bouncer like a door.
It makes this sort of blah, blah, blah sound. And this head, you assume, sort of leans down to look at you. And these beady eyes from in the shadows just sort of narrow a bit. So now you've kind of got these 2 letterbox slots. Like, each eye is as big as a full letterbox. And his hand, which is like this big cartoony gloved hand, so he is Toonkind, swings out to the side and lands on a sign. This is a very beautifully gold enamelled sign. And it says, "Strict dress code. Entry only permitted when patrons are dressed properly." And below this is a list of the required clothing, and it says a hat, gloves, neckwear, brackets, e.g. scarf, necktie, necklace, etc., shirt, shoes. Below this, in smaller type, enclosed in parentheses, it says pants optional. So, yeah, I think, Tally, that covers your side. How about you two?
Well, Tobias is just frozen in place because not only is there freaking Ashila Tisho in there, but like this this strong woman who tried to come in just got bounced off by this other guy. So Tobias is just like, okay, well, is there another door?
We're just gonna check around the back.
You
We're
do
not gonna do the scavenger hunt.
I'm pretty sure there's no.
you do like a full
He's
lap.
just frozen there.
Well, if you're not frozen, if you did happen to do a full lap of this building, you notice very quickly that there is only one door, which doesn't seem very fire and safety adhering. You know, that seems a bit of a risky decision. Maybe you could break those windows if you were desperate, but yes, there is only the one door.
Yeah.
A tune can always
He's
smash through
still
the
going
wall
through
of
his
time.
options right now.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Tobias is going through his options. The Amazing Duke, how are you responding to this?
Duke patiently spectates this interaction, charmed as always. Toons are fantastic people, and looks at the sign and nods and walks around the side of the building, just out of sight.
Okay, that's what you do. You guys are not like talking to each other. You know, you just these are all
I
happening
don't
independently.
notice people.
These
That's
are all
true.
just-
That's true.
I mean, Duke was trailing the others. He was planning to just walk in
Mm-hmm.
with the other people, and now there's a blockage. So
Yeah.
he's
Sort
now
of slide in behind them, just hide.
Actually, can I make you all do a perception check? Because we have to roll dice in this game. That's how it works, you know.
Oh, I forgot about that.
I know. I hadn't made you do
That's
anything, so.
legit.
I've completely forgotten where we're supposed to do this.
Oh, in the game zone is the conventional place.
Yes.
Although, if you're all like accidentally in another channel, as long as you tell me what number you got, it's fine. So, yeah, as ever, it's exclamation point,
So we all
D20,
doing this?
and any bonus that you have.
Do I have bonus to perception? Yes, I do, because
What
Tally is not
do I
very
have?
clever. I have
Whoops.
to use this.
done it in the wrong chat. Also, I got a natural 1, minus
No,
one.
a minus
which is
one!
0.
Oh my goodness, Duke. You
I
don't
think
see
you're
shit.
probably inside.
Well, luckily for you, Tally actually has eyes, so we have 115. And Tobias, what are you rolling?
What?
You don't have to,
well,
but it's
perception.
encouraged. Yeah.
I think it's just a D20 for me. So...
Okay. Well, yeah, that scans because you're
Okay.
like you're stage struck still, so you're kind of like
Okay.
blah. You can't quite think.
Okay.
Yeah, the amazing Duke, because you've gone round the side of the building, this makes perfect sense. You can't see shit in there because there's no windows where you are. You kind of bailed when you saw Satura, and that's it. Tally, however, you take a longer look on the inside, having been rebuffed quite physically from the only point of entry. So you're like maybe thinking of breaking a window or something. That seems encouraging.
Yeah, no, definitely. That is high up on the. I'm sorry that you have like this little scavenger list of things for us to try and maybe do. Tally is, until they've exercised all possible opportunities of just walking in a straight line, like.
Oh, I knew that this was going to happen, which is why there's only one door, there's no chimney, there's no air vents. If you want to dig your way in, you can't because it's like lined with concrete underneath. I came up with every possibility. And in fact, like one of the things you notice on the window is a little tiny symbol in the bottom left corner which has a diamond. And you, just from your living, is like you understand that this has been imbued with basically diamond dust. This is a very posh restaurant, guys. Like the people who are in there should have described that already. But you cannot break these windows. They are like enchanted strong. They are very, very, very strong. But also with your 15, you notice that inside the restaurant, and interestingly enough, it's right in the middle of all the 3 different tables that your respective people are sat at. There is another table, and it's the only one that has like any space left on it, and it has 3 seats. So it would be good to go in as a party of 3, wouldn't you think?
Well, that's interesting and totally not made up specifically for us.
No.
What Tally is going to do with this information is realize that there are 2 other people. Do some quick mental maths, realize that 2 plus 1 is in fact 3. And oh no, you've gone around the side of the building, and the idea that the vision that I have in mind was literally that she was literally just going to pick both of you up in one each arm and just be kind of like, now friends, I see we have an opportunity ahead of us.
I mean, you can pick up Tobias and then walk around the corner. Yeah.
I'm going to do that, yes. Do either of you mind being picked up by this giant sketchy orc?
Duke, let me repeat. Duke, 0 perception, is not paying a damn attention. He is using his conjuration magic, making hats around the side of the building.
Fun!
He has a tie already. He's formally dressed everywhere he damn goes. He just doesn't have a hat, and he wants to impress Saul. So he's just like top hat, bowler hat, fedora, cowboy hat. No, wizard hat. No, he's just making hats in his hands, trying to pick which is the best to wear to then go to the bouncer and be like, I am dressed. Let me in, please.
I have a very important question for Duke. Are you transforming just the one hat, or are you sort of like conjuring multiple hats and just sort of letting them sit on the ground? Or are you like...
I wish it was several hats, but it's only one object at a time. He would be just dropping hats if he was able to make multiple hats.
Okay. Well, in that case, anyway, Tally is just going to sort of like, because having picked you up, it just like, can you make any more of these? You, my new friend, who also need hats. And some other things, probably.
Still being held by Tally. Tobias is just like, I mean,
like, you can also resist this. You can, not be picked up and carried around.
It was was just thinking about, oh, he has costumes, so he must have one with a hat, actually. And then he's being picked up by an orc and being dragged into an alleyway.
Yeah, how's he coping with this? He doesn't know that she's friendly.
That's true, actually. Like, Tobias,
He doesn't know
what?
to do.
Yeah, emotionally, like, where are you at? What color are you?
Oh, so when he's being picked up, you see him turn bright ocean blue.
Ooh.
Then he starts going a bit darker and darker and darker, and he starts just switching between colors because he's so confused. And when you arrived in the alleyway, it's just gray,
Oh.
like full gray.
Oh no, I broke him. Oh dear.
So yeah, you are all around the corner. One of you has just like harassed the other to make hats. One of you has a hat of a conjured sort. And you are basically making kind of a noise, and you see this shadow fall over you, and the bouncer sort of leaned around the corner and is just like puts a big cartoon finger up against his lips and goes, shh. And it's like a wind, like your hair, anything you have is blown back. It's like, you know, Max from Cats Don't Dance, he's like that big. And yeah, you just have this gale, and it kind of pushes you away from the building a bit. And I hate to say it, but can you make a dex save, the amazing Duke?
Oh, fuck. Okay, alright.
I love this bouncer character, by the way. It's extremely good.
Thank
Very
you.
good.
I gotta love him. Okay, okay.
good.
With a nat 20, your hat, which was at
God.
dire risk of being blown away, is snatched in the most classy fashion either of the rest of like this group have ever seen. Like you basically do a tap dance routine when you've caught it, and it's like, whoa, amazing. So you did catch your hat. Well done.
He grabs the hat between his two fingers and then tips it at the bouncer. Saving face.
You just hear a little from
Oh.
Tobias.
Now, interestingly, when you tip the hat at the bouncer, it leans forwards and it appears to sniff the hat. And it shakes its head, and it basically pulls you around the corner and points at the sign. And in very small script at the bottom, it says, "Real items only." So no conjured things. And again, like there's this convention for some buildings to have a sort of magic warding bubble when you go into it. You suppose that if you go in here, your hat would probably just disappear. Because I've got to make this game annoying, haven't I? Told you I thought of stuff.
Very much appreciated. Tobias is no more confused. Thankfully.
I can put you down at any point, by the way. Like...
He's still thinking, he still hasn't thought about the fact that he can ask Tali to put him down.
I'm just
He's
here now.
still like, I have costumes. And finally he realizes, oh, I have a cowboy costume with a real hat. I can take that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the only thing he was able to think about during all this time.
Yep, that's great. Okay, so Tobias, you get out your disguise kit and you whip out a real cowboy hat, and the bouncer looks at that and nods. So this is acceptable. However, just to make the game interesting, you still have to get a tie, scarf, or necklace, and some gloves. And yeah, no, just to confirm for the people listening, I asked what these guys were wearing, and as stated, the amazing Duke only needs a hat because he's so immaculately dressed. And Tally Hartshorn, the same as Tobias, needs a hat, tie, or whatever else neckwear, and some gloves. However, Tobias now has a hat. So you basically have 1, 2, and 3 items respectively that you have to get. And there is an entire town in which you can find these things.
Yeah, I was just going to suggest. Sorry.
No, we're just gonna get a big ass coat and get everybody in there and just take one item of which and pass as one person to get in there.
Yes.
Also acceptable! You know what? If you manage to fool him to do that, I will totally allow that.
Do we? Because I reckon if we got like the 3 of us all sort of put together, we'd be. How tall would we be? How tall would we be when we sort of all stacked on top of each other?
Well, you can try. Like, do you want to try and stack now and see if this is possible?
Do we want to measure?
Just around the back again.
Yeah.
Just stacking.
None of us have like a coat or anything though that would make us look like one person.
Yeah.
So that's probably on our list. But yeah, I want to see what we look like when we're all stacked on top of
Okay,
each
I
other.
want whoever's on the bottom, who I'm going to assume is Tally, I want you to make a strength check. The other 2, I want you to make
It's
acrobat.
the twink of the group.
Yeah, you're on top.
Tobias be at the top. Yeah.
Duke and Tobias, I want you to make an acrobatics roll. So yeah, Tally, do me strength, and you 2 do acrobatics. Let's see if this works. This is your rehearsal. Oh my goodness.
Not bad.
Wait,
Yeah?
what's my acrobatics?
Wow.
Oh!
That's a 6.
Mm-mm.
I have a +4.
You might be fine, but Duke ain't looking so hot here.
It's in the middle.
Oh
with
no!
red.
Well,
That's a 10.
again, this scans. So, Tally, you have no problem supporting the weight of 2 other people. That's like no big. But
That's
Duke,
fine.
you're. I think it may be because of your classy suit. You know, it's not really built for mountain climbing and this kind of performance. So, like, you get up there and then you hear this kind of, and you're like, oh no, something's gonna tear, and you like start wobbling. And Tobias, you were doing okay, but you're on top of Duke, so it all falls apart. And yeah, you basically land on your butts with Tally in the middle. So it was sort of like, come on, I held up my end.
Tally very very gently sort of picks you both up by the scruffs of your neck and sort of like puts you on your feet and then pats you on the head. Both of you.
Aw.
Oh, thank you.
God, I love Tally.
Duke's not happy about that. His
I
suit is
still
ripped.
don't know
Please
your
don't touch me.
names, but you're nice.
Okay, well that was amazing, but it didn't
We
work.
didn't even introduce
Amazing but not productive.
Yeah, it's the best part of D&D though. Okay, so now what do you guys do?
Should we, like, I'm just going to say this out of character because role-playing hard
Yeah.
and scary. Should we, as a group, go into town and just sort of, like, try to acquire, like, as many of these things as possible?
What do you mean as a group? I'm just gonna get a hat. I don't know what you guys are on about.
Oh, go away, Logitech. Sorry, this is my computer with programs updating for some reason in the middle of playing. It's very rude.
Have things to do.
I have things to do. It's true. I mean, you can work as a group or individually because, you know, splitting the party always goes well in D&D.
I'm just buying a hat. I don't know what kind of
just
trouble
gonna
I
go
can
buy
get into.
Okay, well, we'll
Well, I'm not giving you my hat, it's mine.
Mm.
Of course I'm not gonna take your hat. 'Cause
Well, I'm still saying.
Oh, no.
Okay, just to move things along, you basically have all agreed that you need to find these things in the environment that you are presented with. So either way, whether you're together or not, you should all make an investigation check, please.
Yay.
big brain time. Please.
Big brain time.
Any bonus investigation? Yes, I do actually have +1.
I have to use my brain. Oh, man.
And as ever, if you come up with things you want to do and want to roll like perception at any point,
Okay.
just tell me. Okay.
Whose were those?
Okay, Jay, you rolled a 9.
Somebody got a 9 and somebody got a 17.
Yeah,
I
Tally.
did the 17.
Yeah. Tobias is on it. But yeah,
Oh, no.
Tally, you did good before, so you're kind of
Well-
like about this. Duke as
Hey,
well. You're
I
like
watch Archie Lartish's movies.
yeah, you are like in character. You're trying to do the being not Poirot and
I
Achille
put my hat
Artichaut
on
would be
and I'm
proud.
like, let's go.
Yeah.
Yay.
Duke, you only need to find a hat, so you're kind of blasé about all this. You're like, "Pfft, that's nothing. So you don't see very much. This is going to be interesting. Okay, for this mixed success, what you get is this. Walking around town, you see that there is one clothes store, but especially Tobias, you notice this. It's really expensive. Like, what? 50 gold for a shirt? So yeah, no, you like none of you could afford anything in this place. I'm just gonna say that outright. But there is a clothes store. There is also a sort of little homestead with a field out the front, and there is a washing line which has various pieces of apparel hanging on it. Again, the other two don't see this. Tobias, you can see someone sitting in a rocking chair underneath the porch, and you're pretty sure that's a shotgun. The last thing you see for the mixed success that you got is a field, and it's just a regular crop field. There's wheat growing in it, and there's a scarecrow in the field who appears to have a scarf, a hat, and a pair of gloves.
Well, that would be great, but is the guy with the shotgun looking at the scarecrow?
No, in fact, that field is like on the opposite side of town. It's nothing to do with that homestead.
I'm just gonna point the scarecrow at the others because that seems like the best shot we have.
I mean, like, it's an unguarded field with something that we want in it in a D&D game. What could possibly go wrong?
Exactly.
Absolutely
let's
nothing.
Go.
You go.
Yeah, no, 100%. I just, if you two just want to sort of point Tally in that direction and say, go get the things, then Tally will happily go and get the things. Because Tally loves these two new friends that she's made.
Oh.
We still don't know each other's name.
That's true.
This is
We're just
optional.
Three friends.
Okay,
Sorry.
no, you go.
Duke will go up to Tally and be like, excuse me, ma'am. I didn't catch
Yes,
your
hello.
name. Oh,
The
hello.
name is Tally Hardshot. Hello. What is yours?
The amazing Duke. You may call me Duke. I went into the store. Everything's so damn expensive. But there are hats in the fields. Just wanted to let you know. That's it. That's all he's gonna say.
Does the
It's
hat,
just gonna be
does the
pointing at-
hat in fact... Here's the thing though, Tally is irritatingly, I think I would put Tally's alignment as something as like lawful good or neutral good or something like that. So Tally is going to be a bit like does the hat not belong to anybody? It appears to be on the head of a very fine gentleman standing out in the middle of the field.
I'm sure he won't mind.
Yeah.
You
that's just
sure?
a
People
scarecrow.
do tend to yell a bit.
I
That one
can
doesn't have
come
a
with
mouth.
you and ask him if you want.
I don't know why I've suddenly
Then-
decided that Tally thinks that the scarecrow's a person. She's not stupid. She's not that stupid. I'm sorry, I'm committed to this bit now. Okay, no, Tally is going to just walk into the field. And if you two want to come, then that's great.
Duke's not coming, but he's gonna watch.
He's just gonna watch from the sidelines.
Yeah, I'm not going into that field.
Okay, so Duke, you don't have to this time, but the other two of you need to make a dex save.
Hey.
Incredible.
Incredible.
Investigation, perception, what are those?
Oh, I do love it when people just
Fantastic.
walk into an environment blind. That's the best. It's
Let's
Oh,
go
15.
there.
15. Okay, so
Dexterity.
you're okay. Oh, great! You're really good.
Oh,
Okay,
that's nice.
here's what happens. You
New.
feel the ground underneath you shift, and you jump just in time. Because what happens is, like, the wheat looks like a wave for a second, and it's like this trampoline has tried to like flick you off. But you jump in the right.
It's a mimic.
You jump in the right moment, and you are not catapulted out of the field. And in fact, you stay where you are, and you can walk towards the scarecrow if you want.
Oh,
Hooray!
As you
I'm gonna take the hat
That's
off the
not
scarecrow.
Yeah, even as you're walking towards this
I'm
scarecrow, it starts saying, "Hey, get off of my field! You're gonna squash them!"
okay, he's actually sentient. Okay,
Well, of course
that's
I
nice.
am!
Okay.
I mean,
I'm
have you ever been to
impressed.
Inkwell before?
Yes.
Did you expect me to
Well,
be a...
yes, I am from Inkwell.
Well,
I
you
just
sure
never
ain't
met a
acting like it.
scarecrow that talks.
Well, you ain't talked to many scarecrows
Nice
then.
to meet you.
I would say the same,
Well,
except
no,
you
I
just
didn't.
crushed my crops. What the heck do you think you are doing?
Need a hat?
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
Oh, you need a hat, do you? And he's like, he's got his stuffed arms on his hips with no legs underneath, but he does have a nice tattered hat and big
Oh.
gardener gloves and a scarf.
Okay.
And he says, well,
Not
what about me?
only
I'm
sentient, he's sassy.
Yeah, I'm sassy. I'm gonna sass you real good. 'Cause I am working out in this field all day. Who do you think needs this hat more? Me or you?
Do very much need to get into that restaurant.
I'm gonna ask you guys to, roll persuasion and, yeah,
I'm not
make
even
a...
trying to persuade them, like.
Yeah,
Just
Oh.
saying.
Okay, I'm doing this.
go for it. Also, Duke, you just hanging back there? Like, Duke's good out here?
Yeah. Duke's
Duke's
squinting at
looking
this.
at
Waving over the- Okay, I'm not doing anything.
Duke's
I'm
looking.
just
It's like,
like,
is
well-
that scarecrow talking?
Okay.
No,
That's
that
great.
reflects it just about as well.
I hate to say, but neither of those succeeded. One in particular is a real dunker. Wow. So, yeah.
Woof.
Which one of us
just
offends
like-
the scarecrow more, Mod?
Um,
Which one of us offends
I
the
hate to say
scarecrow?
it, but Tobias, you really slam dunked that 4, didn't you, huh? So yeah, this scarecrow is not
I
voluntarily
don't
going to
like
give you.
scarecrows.
No, well, this scarecrow don't like you, and he is not going to be donating his hat to your cause, or his gloves, or his scarves. But what do you do?
I just look at Sally like.
Tally looks at you
okay.
back. Tally looks at you back. If you want Tally to if you want Tally to assault this scarecrow and steal his clothes, you're gonna have to be a bit more upfront about it.
He's from the city. He never met a scarecrow that talks. I'm not even sure he met a scarecrow at all.
Silly slicker.
He's not prepared. Okay, so what do you do when you have a weird guy that doesn't want to lend you shit? Normally you would leave him alone, but we're not. We're not gonna do that because we're assholes. No, we're not.
Speak for yourself.
No,
he's
Tobias
speaking
is
to
right. He's
himself like he's not even thinking. He's actually speaking all that. He's mumbling to himself.
He's
all
doing this in front of the scarecrow.
Oh my goodness, Tobias. This actor who is can't hide his emotions and talks out loud. Oh, this is so good. Yeah, the scarecrow is just standing there, judging you.
Okay. No. That's fair enough. Can I use just I guess a flat strength check to just kind of pick the scarecrow up and just take the hat off them?
Yeah, sure, you can mutilate this poor scarecrow's pole in the middle of his field and rob him. That's fine. Make a strength check. Fine.
This is so mean. This is not what I wanted to do in this game.
Well, you don't have to.
Well,
You don't have to. I'm just saying
I'm
that's
doing
what
it,
you.
I'm doing it.
You're doing it. You're committing.
Let's do it.
Pillage! 21! You easily pluck this poor scarecrow's pole out of the ground, and he says, hey! And he's just, like, windmilling his arms above your head, because with that 21, I don't think he can actually hit you. Or if he does, like, it's just, he's made of stuffed straw and cloth, like, it ain't gonna hurt you. However, I think, Duke, you should make a perception check.
Yeah, I'm watching.
I can't
So.
believe
Yeah,
we're
you are
assaulting
watching.
someone.
God, -1.
This is terrible.
8!
Nothing.
You don't know this shit.
Ah,
You're just here for the show.
yeah. These
Okay.
eyebrows are
I think
amazing. Like,
we're
oh
gonna
damn.
Get shot.
Okay, so,
We're gonna get shot, I'm pretty sure.
nah, well, anyway, so you heft this poor scarecrow up and he starts windmilling wildly, and perhaps because of this distraction, you don't notice this sort of gathering rain cloud above you, and it's this odd sort of swirling cloud. And then, you know, if you had noticed it too late, you might think, oh, I've seen, like, starlings do that. What's it called? A murmuration?
Oh no.
And then it just dives at you, and this cloud of black crows has hurled itself at you like a bunch of arrows. And I am afraid that, again, you two in the field, Tobias and Tally, are going to have to make a dex save. But even if you succeed, you're going to take damage.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. We deserve this.
This is karma for you.
Mm-hmm.
And for
Yeah.
me.
15. 19. Okay, well, the good news is you did actually both succeed. So you managed to do these really impressive, like, stunt-type rolls to try and get out of the way. However, you still get pelted because there's just so many of these things. And I am going to make you take some damage because that's how this game rolls. You take 5 damage each. And yes, so you are lacerated, pecked, and generally clawed, and it's not a fun experience. Interestingly, while this is happening, the scarecrow is screaming, "Put me back! Put me back! There'll be more!"
I put the scarecrow back. I immediately put the scarecrow back. I was going to anyway.
You put the pole back in the ground and it goes thump, and again this trampoline wave travels out from the middle of it, and many of these crows are trampolined back up into the sky and disappear. So about half of them have disappeared, but there's still a bunch of them, and they are in equal parts like mobbing around you and eating the wheat, and the scarecrow looks very unhappy about this. Again, Duke, you're like out on the edge of this chaos. What are you doing? Are you just like popcorn time or what?
Sort of. He tried to conjure some popcorn. It doesn't taste great. It's mostly magic.
Mm-hmm.
So he's dispelled that, and now he's getting bored because he has a small attention span. And he's looking at just looking around. He saw the clothes hanging on the washing line.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he wants to be stealing clothes. He just needs a hat.
Mm-hmm.
He just needs a hat.
Well, interestingly, if you look at the clothes hanging on the line, there's a cloth hat that's pegged up to dry.
Okay. Duke pokes his head over the fence and looks around.
Yeah, okay, make me a perception check. I love that you're just leaving these two to this absolute chaos and like just dealing with your own shit.
we're being abandoned.
I've seen Toon do some ridiculous stuff. I didn't get here by boat yesterday. I've been around. I know what these people can do. My perception's a -1.
Oh boy. You just see this washing line. You don't think that anybody lives here. Even though there's clothes all over it, you don't think this is an inhabited house. You know, you're like, whatever.
He probably thinks it's a ghost town. My guy's gonna get capped. He's gonna cast Mage Hand, which is him taking off his glove, and underneath his glove is another glove. And the glove that he has in his hand, he just throws it, and then it starts flying over to the washing line.
Oh, I love that. That's great. How do I even play this? Nah, I think because you just...
We're never gonna get in.
You completely failed that perception check, so I'm not even going to make your hand make a dex save because, like, it isn't expecting an alligator, and the alligator jumps out of this, like, this lawn is made out of really long grass. Like, this is partly why you thought this place was abandoned, because, like, they do not cut the grass in this garden. You could feed anything in there. And apparently there's an alligator, and it jumps up, and it eats your mage hand, which basically just makes it disappear. But from the porch, you hear, huh? Terrence, you put that down right now! You don't know where that's been!
As soon as the alligator jumped out the lawn, my guy Duke dropped to the ground. He is frightened.
Okay, I'm gonna say that's where we leave you, because that's a great scene. And we're gonna go back to the other two in the field. Tobias and Tally, you have instigated chaos in this field, but you have replaced the scarecrow. What are you gonna do?
I mean, do I still have the hat?
Wait,
Do I still have the hat?
If you took it off the scarecrow, yeah, you've got the hat.
Yeah. Oh no, like I made. Did I? I made a strength check to pull. I made a strength check to pull the scarecrow out the ground.
Yeah.
I don't think I grabbed anything from them.
Well, I mean, if you really
got
want
the
to, you can make a dex to grab that hat, but like you wouldn't need to make a strength check to get the hat off a scarecrow.
I just want to
No,
say,
I mean when I pulled the
when
scarecrow out the
we're gonna-
ground.
Okay.
When we're gonna get back to the restaurant, they'll all left.
Yeah,
There
I'm
will
gonna
be
say
no one.
there is a sort of timer ticking. Fortunately, all of your desired celebrities, as it were on soup. So you assume that was the first course. So you have hopefully at least 2 more and maybe coffee until they have decided to leave their restaurant. But time is ticking. Time is ticking. So yeah, if you want to make a grab for that hat, you can roll dex if you want to.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
Unless, do you think that's a terrible plan or?
I'm not gonna tell you. I'm the DM.
No, asking Tobias.
Oh right, okay.
Asking Tobias if he thinks this is a terrible plan, but okay. I always forget what my mods are. This one's +2.
Nope. There's too many crows. The scarecrow is still flailing, and that hat is staying on the scarecrow. And you know we're not actually in combat, so I'm gonna say like basically it's Tobias' turn. What are you gonna do? Oh, did we lose Tobias?
Yeah, Tobias cannot hear anything anymore.
Oh no! Log out and log in if you can tell them. Are they in the Chestnut Gallery? Okay, we've got some
Lost one.
technical
A
problems.
victim
but
of the crows.
it's fine.
Got them.
Yeah, it's all right. We'll just like put in the elevator music here. Okay, no. That'll get tiresome really quickly, especially for me. Anyway, this is going splendidly. How are y'all feeling right now?
Great.
I'm feeling terrible. This is not how I wanted this to go.
Hey, I mean, this is how the game go.
I'm personally
I
feeling
think
fine.
Tobias is
Duke is
starting to get gray
Oh!
again.
There you are.
Oh,
You've
He's just
rejoined us.
confused.
You
Aw,
rejoined us. You escaped the crows. You were
Yeah.
not murdered.
you're not dead.
Ta-da.
Okay, actually, that was a terrible pun. Take inspiration point.
damn.
Yeah, I give out inspiration points for funny shit and bad jokes, so, like, you've been told. Okay, Tobias, though, what you doing? Tell me.
I do not know because I don't know what's happening anymore.
Oh. Okay, basically, Tally failed to grab the hat off the scarecrow. You are being mobbed by these crows, but mostly they seem to want to eat the crop that's growing in this field. The scarecrow, likewise, is more concerned with the crows than you at present.
Okay, so I can try to grab the hat for Tali then.
Yeah, sure. And I will say, remember this scarecrow has gloves, a scarf, and a hat, and there are 2 of you that need neckwear and gloves as well.
Well then, I'm trying to grab everything.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Maybe not at the same
We're
time.
trying to attack this.
Poor scarecrow.
Just say for a second. We have like a really good opportunity to get back on neutral ground with this scarecrow by like fixing the problem
you
that
want
we
to?
have caused. Or do we really,
But do you
really
want
want
to?
to like try to take things from the scarecrow?
It's up to Tobias.
I mean, I'm not friends with him, and I think we're on extremely bad terms for now, so I'm not sure if we can really, if at least Tobias can get at least a neutral reputation with him at this point.
It's entirely up to you.
But Tobias...
Okay, so just tell me, are you going to make a grab for, like, an item of clothing? I will say, like, because there's so much happening, you can only grab for one of these 3 items.
I think I'll grab the gloves, because they're only Duke has gloves.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you make a grab for those gloves.
And we have...
And, yeah, you're gonna have to roll dex for me, to see if you succeed.
Dexterity?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see.
20! You snatch those gloves, and they pop off. And when these gloves come off, a bit of stuffing comes out of the ends of his arms, because, you know, they're part of the scarecrow. So his arms kind of go, and then he's just, you know that, the noodle man that you find outside garages with the hot air, and it's like flailing, but the arms aren't like really all up to it. So like that's where the scarecrow's at right now, and he's so mad at you. Oh my goodness. This scarecrow is so angry.
He was already mad at me, so...
Get out of my field! Get out of my field! And again, like, the field rebels at this treatment, and you're both going to have to make a dex save at disadvantage, because you're right in the middle of this field. This went as badly as it could have. I'm so happy. Oh boy. 17, okay. But that's at disadvantage, so you're gonna have to do it twice, everybody.
Yep,
oh my goodness.
Oh!
Tally 5.
We really want this. We really want these.
You really want
clothes
these
from this scarecrow.
What
You
do
are
I do with the disadvantage? Do I just add
roll it
minus
twice.
1?
You just roll it twice, and I take the lowest result. So in Tally's term, her result is a 17. Oh my goodness, that was a really good roll. Oh my god!
Nice.
Oh no, wait, you didn't put a D in.
We never
running
miss.
away.
No. In fact, you both didn't roll right, so you've got to put in a D before the 20, like that. Ooh, I got a 19. So yeah,
wow.
those last 3 rolls you made don't count, I'm afraid. No wonder you were getting nat 20s.
No.
We know how to play D&D.
No, it's fine. This is Dice Puzzle. That's a different game. Okay, 11. That's better.
Wow.
Are you sure you're not just making us re-roll because you want worse numbers?
No, oh, come on. Look, this is programming. This isn't my fault. Oh, delicious. Cool.
Oh, let's...
Okay, and another
Okay.
13.
Okay.
Okay, so Tobias, interestingly, you hang in there, but like by the skin of your teeth, like you are almost trampolined out of this field, and it's kind of fun. And maybe because of that, because of your UPAN nature, you kind of adapt with it and parachute down using your cowboy sort of poncho that you've got. And but Tally. Oh dear. Okay, so, what goes up must come down. You go a long way up. Like, whoa. This field, like, went up and then down and then kaboom. And, you are basically gonna land, like, right next to where Duke is. And you are going to take... Oh, hey, guess what, guys? It's full damage time. So, let's,
Oh!
we all know about that these days, huh? Anyway, so that's... It could be worse, like, you went a long way. Okay, you take 9. You take 9 damage.
Ooh,
Like, you're starting to sting, you gotta say. Yeah, take care of that HP. So you are out of the field. You have been jettisoned. Tobias, you're
I
still
have 14 hit points.
You do. I'm keeping track of that. And Tobias, you are still in the field with all these mad crows. Fortunately, because you've assaulted the scarecrow, these crows are smart. They think you're on their side, so they aren't attacking you.
I am friends with the murder.
Yeah, you have befriended the murder. Congratulations. I hope you're proud of yourself. Okay. I think that very neatly segues us back over to Duke because Tally, you just landed next to him, if not on him.
Do we have to roll to see if I come into have?
You know what? I'm going to roll just a straight d20 and see where you landed in relation. 10. You just miss him. Like you're next to him. Like you do the whole kaboom, and he's like, "Sup."
He's not like sup. He's like, Christ, there's a crocodile in there.
Oh yeah.
He's
Crocodiles and scarecrows.
Technically, it's an alligator.
So how was the scarecrow?
Not very friendly.
I see.
I wonder why.
Did you? Wait. Did this speak?
Cut out. What did you say?
No. I saw you trying to communicate with it, and then I stopped paying
Birds.
attention. Birds.
So many
Okay.
birds. All the wings and the beaks.
Can I ask you a question, Tally? He was looking at his notes, which I am also doing. Do you know how to wrangle crocodiles?
Well, crocodiles, I'm out of luck. Alligators, maybe.
Oh.
Well, I don't know the difference. There's something in the grass. There's something in the grass.
Does
And-
the crocodile? This is a very important question. I am putting into practice the lessons I have learned from the previous encounter. Does the crocodile belong to anybody? Is the crocodile guarding the grass from an onset of birds? These are very important questions I need to know the answers to before I can fight an alligator.
I do not know. It's just in the grass. I didn't think to speak to the alligator.
Well, that was your first mistake.
Okay.
Tally means that entirely genuinely, by the way. She wasn't being sarcastic. She genuinely thinks she should have talked to the alligator.
I get that vibe. I love this Tally. Gee. Yeah, so you're both outside this field with the grass, and again, like, Tally, just from where you are, you can see this washing line. And you have been forewarned that there is some form of large reptile in the grass. But yeah, if you want to make perception checks or anything like that, you can do so.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a perception check. Because I don't. Because you haven't told me that there's somebody there, right?
No, you don't know that. At least Tobias saw that, but I don't think he related
But
that
Tobias
information.
saw that and told us that.
Oh,
Sorry, go on.
did they? Tobias, did you tell them?
What?
Did you tell them that there was someone on the porch?
Did I tell them?
Mm.
Well, I talked about the scarecrow, so maybe I talk about the guy too, because I wasn't sure if there were.
Okay.
Doesn't matter. We got a 9.
Yeah. You remember some mention that there was maybe someone in this place, but again, like, you can't see anything. In fact, it's midday again. It's lunchtime, so the sun is really high in this kind of out western town, so the shadows are really, really dark. You can't see anything on that porch.
Okay, this is against every instinct as a player, but Tally is just going to walk into the grass.
Oh boy! Yeah, you open that garden gate and you stride right on in, and you hear immediately this kind of swish in the grass, and yeah, I mean, I don't know how else to play this, but an alligator jumps out at you and tries to take a chomp out of you. So, I mean,
Why am I losing so many hit points?
you made this decision, my dude. I mean, like, and it's already aggroed. Oh, it totally gets you. I mean, like, that's a 21. This alligator has got business to discuss with you. Fortunately, and you see this as this crocodile, alligator, caiman, whatever it is. It's an alligator. Lunges towards you. It's a very old alligator. And it does 3 damage with its gummy mouth because it's only got a couple. It's only got a couple of teeth. It's like this ancient thing that's trying its best.
And a couple of knives.
Yeah.
Sorry, can I roll animal handling to pet the alligator?
Oh, absolutely. But yeah, that's your introduction. Is it bites you for 3 damage?
Yeah, I've already taken that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
May I do something?
Sure.
Selfish as usual.
But after we've wait until after we've had the animal handling because I think we're still we're still in this.
I'm definitely going to try and animal handle the alligator. I have a +2.
You do.
8 plus.
Oh goodness. Okay, so this is cute. So it bites you on the arm, and you're just like, no, what a naughty puppy. And yeah. What do you do, actually? You tell me how you interact with this alligator.
Tally sort of. I'm imagining that the crocodile has like gotten Tally on the arm.
Yep.
And Tally sort of straightens up with their arm sort of held out with the alligator hanging off it, and like very carefully sort of like with the other arm sort of scoops the crocodile into like, you know when you hold a cat like a baby? Gonna hold it like that and is just gonna sort of like gently put the crocodile into sort of like a baby mode and sort of like boop it on its nose.
It loves this. It's so happy. And no one's been able to, like, pick this thing up for years because it's really big, man. You're, like, the only person that could do this. So, yeah, you have this very pleased crocodile that's sort of making noises. And because I cut in front of you, Duke, what do you do at the moment?
While this is all happening, Duke knew some Toon shenanigans was gonna happen when you put a Toon with a Toon crocodile. He's gonna cast Unseen Servant.
Okay.
The range is 60 feet. He's gonna try and get as close to the washing line as possible.
Okay, with this Unseen Servant. That's a good idea. Well done.
I've just dropped the spell in the chat if you want to.
Yeah, no, I considered it myself with another character, so I know exactly what it does. Yeah, that's what you do. Is there anything I have to roll for that, or?
I don't know. Can the crocodile? Can anybody see invisible creatures?
Nah, not really. So I'm just gonna say, like, yeah, your invisible servant makes it to the washing line. Are you going to get them to take anything?
Yeah, just bonus action. I can mentally command them to do an action. It does list such as fetching things, cleaning, folding clothes. Yeah. So I'm going to command my servant to just grab the clothes and neatly fold them up and hold them low to the grass.
Okay.
And just bring it back to me.
You just like go whole hog and take all of the clothes.
Just all of them, you know.
Okay, in that case, I'm not going to make this other character roll perception because there is no goddamn way they would miss all of their clothes disappearing. Because out of the porch scuttles this similarly, like, withered old hag of a lady, and she hobbles out with this shotgun that's as big as she is, saying, "Clearance! What in tarnation do you think you're... Hey! Who's taking my clothes?" And turns around and fires off her shotgun towards the pile of clothes, which is, like, where your invisible person is. But she is going to have to roll to hit, and she can't see for shit. So, a 14.
Well, lucky for her, she hits.
Oh my.
And it's... Listen, wherever you roll, the servant's gone. It only has one hit point.
It only has one hit point, I know. Okay, so you very kindly taken all her clothes off the washing line, which were dry at least, folded them up, and then just dropped them neatly on the lawn, because your invisible servant has been KO'd completely. With that, I think that's enough shenanigans. We've got to go back to Tobias, who's still in this field full of crows. You do have a pair of gloves and a hat. What are you going to do now?
Oh, I'm running away. I'm not staying here any longer.
Okay, forget the scarf. You're just bolting. Okay. So.
Yeah, I'm not staying.
Well,
I don't like this guy very much.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same deal. Well, actually, no, because he wants you to get out of his field. So when the Scarecrow sees you, like, running away, he's like, "Come on, get out of here! I never want to see you again!" And you're running away. And the crows just kind of part for you because they don't care about you. They just want to eat this wheat before the Scarecrow regains any ability to jettison them from his field. So yeah, you exit the field fine, but you can't go into the garden yet. You're just like outside this field, having retrieved one item. And how are you? Like, where are you at emotionally?
Well, I caused lots of problems, and I think I'm very proud about it.
I think I'll cause problems on purpose.
Exactly. If anyone could see Tobias, is kind of a very bright red orange right now, and seems very pleased with himself.
Okay.
And he's probably gonna try and find the others.
Yeah, you can easily tell where the others are because of this shotgun that just went off. You hear this bang, and
Yes!
yeah,
In the direction of the disaster.
just head towards the chaos. You'll see them.
There you.
Yeah, I'm gonna say like you get to the perimeter of this garden, but I think the person who should go next is the amazing Duke because your servant just got shot.
Oh, yeah, that's on him. He didn't see that lady. Didn't mean those clothes belong to a real person. Duke is frazzled. What's the lady doing? Was she looking at the direction of the clothes?
Yeah, well, she just shot the thing that was stealing them, and in fact, you hear her say, "Darn ghosts, they get everywhere."
No, she's not wrong. Duke is quickly gonna try and mage hand again.
Really?
Just immediately throw it and try and grab the hat from the pile because he got greedy. He got greedy and he needs a hat, so he's gonna get quick.
Okay, I'm gonna make you roll stealth. Do that.
Okay,
I think this is a sneaky thing to do.
That's fun.
4.
Fuck.
Okay,
Bad rolls all over.
so here's what happens. The alligator who had a chomp at your previous mage hand thought that was a really fun game. Like, this is basically the golden lab of alligators, this ancient withered thing. And it likes to play games, and it sees this other thing, and it's like, oh, I know how to do this game. And I'm afraid, Tally, it just wriggles out of your grip.
Oh no!
Even though it was enjoying the cuddle, because it wants to play! And it goes chomp, and goodbye, mage hand number 2. Okay, so now, Tally, you are in a garden. I think, Duke, we have to skip because, like, the immediate situation is Tally is in a garden with an alligator who loves her, but an old lady with really big, like, bottom glasses and a shotgun that she has just fired off because someone tried to steal her clothes.
No, Tally's just going to sort of like wave. It's like I've seen the old lady at this point.
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah.
The
She's right in
shotgun
front of you.
doesn't require a perception check to locate.
Right, you're just waving.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna like sort of wave in the general direction of the old lady and say your alligator is lovely.
She says, "Is it? What? Oh, Terrence? Oh, yeah. Oh, he's a darling, isn't he? Yes, you are."
And she's doing the coochie coochie coo, and yeah, Terrence is doing the back leg scratch. It's really
I
good.
would like to also try and pet the alligator again.
I'm gonna say you're.
Just really enjoying
I'm gonna say because of your previous success at handling this particular animal, it's very happy to let you do that. You're not gonna have to roll for this. Yes. And yes, the old lady warms to you immensely because of this behaviour, and she's like,
Well, these darn ghosts, I can only assume that it is ghosts because, oh, well, no one else really lives here. And, it's not like we've had any new faces around here lately, it's very quiet.
And she's talking to you like she's known you forever. Like, you get the feeling this lady doesn't get many visitors, so she's just taking this. And you're not trying to steal her clothes, so she's friends. So,
No, I'm not trying to steal her clothes. I'm going to, Tally is going to nod and genuinely listen to this old lady and talk about things. Like,
yeah, okay.
pet her alligator. She's
That's great.
having a great time.
Interestingly, like, for the other two party members present now, there is a very neat parcel, like a little pile of clothes that the old lady is not paying attention to. Tobias, I think it is your turn, so, like, are you gonna do anything about that?
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Is Duke still invisible? Because Tobias is still trying. Like, Tully's here. Where's the other guy that I?
Oh, you're both
remember
like.
the name of.
There's this white picket fence between where you are and the garden, and Duke is like hiding like beneath it, as it were, like bent over. And whether or not you are, that's where you are.
Do it. Steal from the old lady. Steal from the old lady.
Are you okay?
Duke looks up and says,
Tobias is asking this question, but like he has all over himself. Are you?
I am
Everything's fine.
okay if you say so. There's some clothes over there. He's still ducking
Yeah?
behind the fence. Do you want to go and get them? Because I haven't been having much luck lately.
I mean, I can try. Look,
Attempts are
Just,
welcome.
just a little thing. Tobias is looking around the garden to make sure there isn't a hidden scarecrow because he probably has a phobia.
Still like scarecrow phobia in this entire party.
Well, good. Okay, so I want you to roll perception for me.
Duke is like, listen, I can give you something after this situation if that's what you require. It's just, we want to go into that restaurant and
Well,
the
yeah.
rules and the smells.
A 9. You ain't seeing
Okay.
nothing. You see what you see, which is Tally having a nice conversation with this lady and a big thing. You think it may be some kind of unusual dog. That's a 9, dude. You don't even know that this is an alligator.
Well, that's fine. Good for them. Well, Tobias is gonna end the gloves he took from the scarecrow to Duke if he can, because he doesn't want to lose them. And since Duke is not going back in the garden, he's just here. Take this and don't throw them away because we're probably gonna need them. And I almost died getting them. Maybe.
Okay.
That's by Crow.
He's still scared for life.
Oh, so yeah, like, are you going to try and go in and grab this pile of clothes? And
Yeah.
if so, how are you going to do that?
Well, he's gonna look over at the little group of Tally, the grandma, and the weird dog, make sure nobody's looking, and try to go there sneakily.
Okay, yeah, roll me sneaking. Stealth, that is.
Woo!
Be a sneaky boy.
Let's do this.
We need
Also,
a good
with
roll.
the 9, he's still not sure that there isn't a scarecrow in there.
Yeah, he's still paranoid.
Maybe
Can-
he's just hidden.
11. Oh boy.
Well,
Yeah, okay, so you succeed to an
Mm.
extent, like, because the grass is so thick. Like, you pop over this fence and you basically disappear into it, like, hunched over. You're in character. You're being the sneaky Wild West cowboy that's, like, scuttling around at night trying to rustle cattle or whatever, because you're the bad guy in this movie. And you make your way stealthily towards the washing line, and you're so into it that you don't realise that you have basically left the grass, because the one part of this lawn that is, like, trampled down is underneath the washing line where the lady, like, hangs up her clothes, and you're, like, doing the Mission Impossible tune, like, humming it to yourself, because you're like, oh, I'm so badass, this is so cool, and then you just stop, and you're like, oh, you're just there, dude, you're just there in the garden, and the old lady, like, turns to you and says, huh? Who's it?
Can I do something quickly?
Staring at each other again.
Okay, Duke, you do what you're gonna do quickly, and then we'll get straight back to Tobias. And Tally, because you're both there.
Tobias is starting to sweat.
I cast invisibility on Tobias.
You had that the whole time! Now
Listen,
we
it's a
have
spell slot,
invisibility.
and I don't have many.
Okay. Yeah, you cast invisibility.
solved so many problems.
Right, I mean, that just happens, and Tobias disappears, and the old lady yells and says, Gust! Cowboy Gust! I knew it! And she's just firing off the shotgun in all directions, and I know this is like the role of the game that I keep making you do, but both Tally and Tobias, I need you to roll a dex save.
Yay! You don't know where it comes from, but
20!
you're screaming coming from the garden.
Yeah. Okay, so Tally is not shot to pieces. Thank goodness.
Hooray! That's good. I do not have very many hit points left.
No, you have 11 hit points left, my friend.
Dex save.
Okay, yeah, you actually succeed, because again, this old lady can't really see,
Despite the screaming.
and she's not, like, aiming, she's just firing like hog wild all over the place. In fact, she takes out 2 of her own windows in this house, and the alligator is, like, running around snapping, because he's very excited. Oh, this is the most exciting day that's happened for years! This is the best day of his life. Yeah, in all of this chaos, and you're invisible, I'm gonna say, like, if you want to make a grab for those clothes, you have advantage.
I'm taking them and running away again.
Yeah, actually, you know
I
what?
think Tobias is starting to be coward.
Yeah, you know what? I'm not even gonna make you roll dex for this because you succeeded on a dex saving throw. You grab these clothes, which do disappear because I am the sort of DM that thinks that things disappear if you touch them when you're invisible, as long as they're not the size of a house. And
I put them under the poncho.
yeah, they disappear under your invisible poncho. Oh, that's very Harry Potter of you. And you and your invisibility poncho scuttle away, I'm assuming. Are you running away? Yes?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, you bolt.
I'm getting out of here.
Tally, what do you do?
I was gonna like try and I did have a whole kind of like sort of like little spiel planned out, but now you've just booked it with the clothes, so okay. Tally is think. Probably trying to try and calm down the. Is she still sort of like wildly firing?
Yeah, I mean, she's gonna run out of ammunition eventually, but you can totally try and.
I'm gonna sort of like gently sort of like try to calm down the old lady. So
Okay, I think this one is
an injury.
I think this one is persuasion, and yeah, just straight persuasion.
Okay, so 20 plus, I think it's 2, right? It's 2 persuasion that I've got. Yes, 2.
Ooh, I hope this goes well. No, it doesn't!
Oh!
No, it doesn't! Like, that's a 6.
I was making a friend!
I will remind you that you have an inspiration point for that awful joke you made, so...
Yes, I want to use this inspiration point because I'm really invested in the friendship that Tally has made with this thing. I know you want us to get into the restaurant, but I like this old lady and her
Also, I see you rolling. I'm actually going to play this inspiration as a nat 20. So you succeed. The old lady calms down, and you see the red mist sort of fall away from her very thick glasses. And she sort of leans on the shotgun like it's a walking stick. It's a bit alarming, actually, because her head is, like, right above the end of it. And she's like, oh, darn it. Oh, I'm so sorry. You're such a nice lady. Oh, you know, you remind me so much of my grandchildren. And she said,
Tell you what, to make up for that nasty little ass bird of mine, I'm gonna give you a present.
And she disappears inside the house and leaves you with Terrence, who's just very happy. Just very happy.
Yeah.
This has been like such an exciting day for this alligator. And she comes out again, and she has got this, it looks like a glass of like strawberry juice. And she offers it to you, and she says,
Here you go, this is my grandmama's recipe. It'll fix you up real good. You look a bit like you had a day.
Yeah, Tally is looking real. Is like Tally is going to very carefully very carefully try and drink out of this thing because the tusks kind of make it a little bit hard to like.
Do you need a straw
sip
there?
out of this.
Do you need a curdy straw there?
Yes, please. That would be very nice.
I keep them for the kids. Here you go.
and yeah, you get a green curly straw.
Oh, it's curly. Yay! Daddy's just gonna enjoy some. Daddy's gonna enjoy some lemonade before going, trying to find the clothes elsewhere.
Okay, so you enjoy this lovely beverage, which is extremely lovely because it's a healing potion, and so you recover. What do you recover? Oh, it's one of Glorp's potions, in fact. This old lady is a friend of Glorp who sells potions and many other lovely things. So you just straight up recover 10 hit points by drinking this.
Oh, that's nice. Puts me
So-
back up to 20.
Yeah, that's much better than 11. And guess what, guys? The two of you who did not make friends with this lady, you're gonna have that too, but nah, you decided to be a cowboy ghost and ransack this lady's property. So basically you have resolved...
need it.
You have resolved this situation. Tally, you can leave anytime you want. This is fine.
Yeah, no, I'm going to. I am probably going to go and find because as much as Tally is having like a really good time, they do she still is very aware that Ragnar the Terrible is possibly going to be moving on soon. So, no, she's going to say a very very long protracted goodbye because you can't say goodbye to old people without saying it about 5 bajillion times, and promise to come back and visit. And she's gonna go and try and find the other two. And she has gained net wise, she has not gained anything, but she is very happy.
Oh, contraire. So you leave this property, and where are you guys meeting up? Especially considering one of you is invisible currently.
Tobias ran away in an alleyway near the grandma's house.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where the others are.
Duke, did you follow the
I was
footprints
trying
or
not to get
something?
shot.
I would like to roll perception.
Yeah, good idea.
Forcefully.
To find one of
To
our
see if
friends who is invisible.
Yeah.
Yeah, just 'cause
5.
I could go either way.
You've
yeah,
no
let's
idea.
Go either way. Duke is yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He was paying attention, then he wasn't.
Yeah. Tally, how about you
wait,
roll
it
it?
doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah. Tally, do you want to roll you can do either actually. You can roll perception or you can roll nature or investigation because at this point you're having to track Tobias.
Oh. I'll do investigation to
Yep, you can do that too.
change it to
Both of you roll whatever you like for that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Retcon that and try and use +3.
18, nice.
Yeah, that's better.
Yay.
Yay.
You are found and not abandoned. Invisible.
Oh, you both
Almost
completely
20.
nailed
Hell
it.
yeah.
Yeah, you especially, Tally, you just
Follow the scent of fate.
You do the bloodhound thing, and between the two of you, you trace, because it's a really dusty town, man. You can practically see, it's the sort of place where there's always tumbleweed and dust on the lower part of the landscape, and you can see this kind of this channel through it where Tobias has run, as well as these footsteps. And Tally, you can just smell this slightly scared scent of Tobias disappearing into this alleyway.
Follow the direction of moral cowardice.
Yes. And so you easily find Tobias in the alleyway, even though he's invisible. He's decided to stand in a puddle so you can see his feet. They're muddy. You can actually see the splattered mud on his feet. And you have a pile of clothes. So what do you guys do at this point?
Sort through them, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Drop the-
Unless
drop
somebody like,
invisibility.
oh, you're still invisible.
Yeah.
You see the gloves appear from behind an invisible wall because Tobias got them out of the poncho.
Great.
They just appear.
Oh, that's so good. Okay, so
Please.
Mm-hmm. Please.
No, I was just gonna say, like, if we have enough, if it turns out that everything works out okay, please don't dispel invisibility. So you just walk up, and the only thing of you that is showing is the things on the list.
Oh, that's so good. Oh, okay.
Not
Sorry,
yet.
go on.
I'm holding it.
Okay, so yeah, in this pile of clothes, because you took all the clothes, I can't believe you took all her clothes. So yeah, I've got a list here, and so you have a floppy cloth hat. You also have a nice pair of what look like old ballroom gloves. They're like the type that go up to your shoulder. Like, this lady had a past. You don't know what she gets up to on the weekends. You know, she's got hobbies. So you got those.
Tally is much more well informed about this old lady.
Yeah, and here's the good
By now.
and here's the good and the bad news. Like, you do have a lovely floral printed silk scarf in amongst the mix, but you only have one of them. The rest are all kind of like general clothes. But what you do have are a long pair of stockings, not in the best repair, but they are stockings, and they are long and thin.
Make a scarf out of
You
those.
can use them to make ties.
Yeah. So, like, are you going?
Tobias is not very intelligent, but he still has a plus one.
No, I mean, like, Tobias, you're an actor. You can make things become things that they aren't. I think that's entirely valid.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so just for like how convincing this is, I want you to roll performance for these improvised scarves or whatever you're making the stockings into.
Butchering this old lady's washing.
Mm-hmm.
What's her name, by the way? Did Tally get her name?
Oh, I don't think any of you did you?
Nobody got a name, but
No.
I assumed there was a name because you're talking to us so long.
Yeah, that's
You
what I
must have
thought.
got
Like,
names.
did like Tally would have asked, like, what's her name?
Jemima.
What's her name?
She's called Jemima.
Jemima?
Yeah.
I love Jemima.
Yeah,
Jemima is the real MVP.
she's the real why
do I
Jemima. She's that kind of guy. Okay, yeah, so roll me performance, Tobias. And then after this, we're going to take a 5-minute break
Okay.
before what happens next.
Uh,
Oh, I have a
10.
+5.
You should, you're an actor. Okay, that's a 12.
And I did a 12.
Yeah, you can
Which is
still...
not great, but it's
A 12,
bad.
12 isn't good, man. Like, you know, if you were at a distance, you could sell this. On the other hand, like, if you look up close, you can see, like, you're definitely wearing stockings around your neck, and they've, like, got patches and holes and darns in them. And here's the terrible news. They're old, and even though she's washed them a lot, they smell a bit. Yeah, you got that old lady smell now. That's, like, part of your, like, thing. It's now smell of old lady.
Wonderful.
Okay, however, with
Well-
this,
And they
you have
say
basic...
you-
Yeah, you have acquired 2 hats. No, wait, you didn't get the Scarecrow's hat, did you?
No, we
no, I
didn't.
got the gloves.
Oh,
We
no!
tried. We
You-
tried, but we.
You didn't succeed,
But
though.
didn't you say there was a hat in the pile of clothes?
There
So we
is.
have 2 with the cowboy hat
You've got 2 hats, but you need
that I have.
1 more hat.
But we have 3 gloves with
Yeah.
dukes.
Yep, you've got
And
all the
one I
gloves.
got,
You
and the
you
one from the pile.
yeah, you've got everything on the list apart
Yeah.
from one of you does not have a hat. So you have 2 hats and 3 heads. And in fact, at this point, I'm still gonna do like this halfway maybe point interval because I need to stretch my legs because I
Go, shoot,
feel
be gone.
really painful. Anyway, sitting still for like 3 hours is not good for me. So yeah, take a break, get a drink if you want, get a snack if you want, come up with a theory as to where you're going to find or create this final hat, and I will be back very soon.
I'm gonna go get some water. Back in a second.
Oh, same. Woo.
Oof, I have reappeared. Hello. Everybody's
Oh,
got me.
hello.
Oh, hello, there is a person. Hi.
And I'm back too!
Oh, that was fast.
Aha.
Yeah, sorry, I just needed to, like... I have these Pilates exercises where you have to basically, like, curl into a hedgehog ball on your back and roll around. And it's like, you know, I had to reset my spine sometimes. That's normal, right? Yeah. So, that's what I've
do a
been up
hard
to.
reset on human spine.
Yeah. So that's a fun mental image for all of you. This game is going hilariously well, I have to say. You've done a fantastic job.
I'm very happy with the way it's going.
It's so chaotic.
I'm just gonna say, at the start of the game, I was literally trembling.
Oh no, why?
No, I'm good, but at the start...
Yeah? Were you just, like, nervous? I mean, bless your soul. Oh.
Well, that's the first time I do DnD, so...
Oh, gosh.
Aw.
You know what? I can't tell that this is your first time. You're doing really well.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it.
No.
Thank you.
You're fantastic, and I love Tobias so much. Oh my gosh. They are so good. What a good character. I don't know if you guys have seen the art of Tobias, but I love
I
it.
haven't.
Oh, it's so
I
good.
haven't. Can you?
I
It's such
didn't
a
post
good
that
design.
much of him,
Yeah, it's
but
peak
I did
design.
draw him as a cowboy.
It's stupid good. Like, I'm so happy. Also, I swear the engineer has to meet this guy at some point. Oh, oh my goodness, they will get along so well.
That's so good.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's great. And yeah, likewise, like, if you have art of your characters, I'll post it into the video at the beginning while you're doing your character introductions. So you can send it to me.
Yay!
Yeah.
I have no art of Tally, unfortunately.
Oh no,
because
don't worry about it.
I cannot draw.
No.
I'm a word person.
Words are good. That's the thing, like, you visually describe her very well, and it's fine. So, I love this 80s aesthetic, like, that's so good. Excellent. I don't think we've had any characters like that so far, so that's brilliant. Haraktar the Terrible as well, I need to learn more about Haraktar. Am I saying that right?
Honestly, I was just imagining. Haraktar the Terrible. You have to pronounce it like all caps.
Oh, all caps, okay. Haraktar the Terrible!
Terrible. Yes, exactly.
Very good. Okay, are we all back? Do we want to start again?
Mhm.
Okay.
I'm here.
I mean, like, yeah, we left off where we left off. You have acquired everything you need except one hat. What are you going to do?
What?
Just a heads up, and Tobias' color is all purple, like very dark purple.
Ooh.
But he seems okay, like he looks okay, but he's all purple.
Okay.
Do what you want with this information.
So Tally meets a lot of very strange people on her travels. Like she hasn't met anybody who changes color in quite the same way. But you know, she's not one to point out people's like personal attributes. She just thinks it's very interesting. I'm at the moment out of character. I'm just pinning all my hopes at the moment on how far we can push the philosophical definition of a hat.
Yes, I do. I endorse creativity in this sense. Like, also, like, you're in Toonland, basically. Like, come on, you can think outside the envelope.
No, just in the sense of like a hat is just like an piece of headwear. Like you could probably say that it is not like, I don't know, a saucepan, that you could probably make a good argument for that. But if you just sort of wanted to like
I mean, you could put something on your
weave
head,
something together. We have spare cloth, right? Like one of us could make a fucking arts and crafts roll or something. I want to do that.
Yeah, sure. I mean, like, do you want to do the other two, like, I mean, like, is this the sort of thing that Tally would come up with as a character, creating a hat?
I mean, yeah. I mean, like I said before, she does try very hard to make her own clothes sometimes. It doesn't go very well. So it's not like a first option, but now that we've sort of like counted everything out, and she loves these people, she really does. Like Tally loves everybody that she spends about 20 minutes with, but she's not terribly certain that if they were to sort of like, you know, share everything out, that she would get any of the pieces, and she really does want to like get into this.
Okay.
So yeah, she's gonna try and make the hat.
Okay, I will ask you one very important question. Do you have any means to make a hat? Like, do you have a sewing kit of any sort? Or are you going to? Are you going to try and pull one out of your hammer space?
Oh, I completely forgot that I could do that. You know what? Yes, I'm going to do that.
I'm being nice to you guys today.
Space existed.
We should have just done that from the beginning. We should just pull stuff from the hammer space until we got something vaguely.
Okay, so yeah,
It's been a much more boring game.
what you have to do is roll a
I'm sorry,
d10.
I'm just talking while I try and work out what I'm supposed to roll.
You roll a d10, and if you roll a d1, I think it is, you have to roll a d20, and then you pull out something else, which is completely random.
Okie dokes. I'm gonna roll d10. Da, 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 da.
You succeed. You succeed. Yeah, you get a little sort of portable
Tobias looks
sewing
at
kit.
Tali using her armor space, and he's like, "Oh, that's right. Oh, we have that."
So, no, this is, what's also extremely funny is that I just was, we could probably, we didn't need to do this for a sewing kit. We could probably just done this for like a hat. So
that was the one thing, like, I was hoping that nobody would think of doing, and you didn't! I'm so happy! But, you know,
nope.
you wanted a sewing kit.
No, I'm definitely not going to do this because it's much funnier this way. The idea that, like, they've been they've been, like, trying to work out how to do this. It's like, oh, but we don't have a sewing kit or anything. And Tyler's like, yes, I can do this. And they produce just out of freaking nowhere. Okay,
So I don't
got, like,
know
a little...
what to make you roll for this. I think just roll a straight d20 and we'll see how awful or good this hat is.
Okay. D20. Oh, that's a capital. That won't like it.
14.
14.
You make
it's a 14 hat.
It's a really passable hat. Like, it's a beret.
Nice.
So you basically made like a big sort of pad of cloth, and you put a little dink in the top of it, and yeah, it's pretty cute. It's pretty cute. Like, the only thing about it that you can like kind of make out that it's homemade is, again, you've got the old lady smell. It's not like the best hat either, but you know, you made a hat. It's a hat. You can wear it on your head.
Ali puts it on her head.
You have acquired a hat, and you look very fashionable.
Hooray.
You have actually acquired all of the clothes. You didn't even have to rob a very posh clothes store, eat the rich. But we're going to move on. We're going to move on because you got everything, and yeah, time is ticking away, and you assume that, you know, at best your three desired want to meets are like on their dessert course. They may even be paying the bill, so you'd better get up that hill.
We go up the hill.
Yep, you're going up the hill.
Everyone's running.
Yeah, okay. You noom up the hill, and again, like, you don't have to roll for that, you're just going. Again, I have to ask, Tobias, are you still invisible?
Didn't drop it.
I don't know. Am I?
You stay invisible.
Duke
You're invisible. Duke has not dropped it.
Okay, so here's the problem with this, because your scarf is visible and your gloves are visible, but your hat is invisible because that's like a part of you.
Ah.
Fine, then drop the invisibility.
Okay, yeah. You reappear in front of the bouncer. You like you sort of materialize underneath these other clothes, and the bouncer doesn't even seem to like flinch. This is like totally normal. He looks you all over very scrupulously, and again he's kind of like sniffing you to make sure that these are not conjured. Conjured? Is it conjured or conjured? I've never really known. Doesn't
I
really
think
matter.
it depends. Go with your heart. Follow your heart.
My heart is very English, so it's probably conjured. So detestable quality. I know. I apologise. Yeah. So he stands back up to his full height, which is gargantuan, and gravely nods in a very sort of pleased way that you have like abided by these rules, and steps aside and swings open these beautiful ornate doors, and the portal to your dreams has opened. You may enter the restaurant.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ellie is suddenly terrified and doesn't necessarily know whether she wants to go through with this.
Yeah, so like, how do you behave now that you have the opportunity to go in there?
No, Tally's just gonna sort of like step forward, step backwards, walk around a little circle, and then just go straight through. Because not thinking has served Tally very well in the past, and she's going to continue.
Tobias looks very confident and starts walking like he owns the place, but he's still totally purple, and that's not very confident color, but he seems confident, so it's alright, I guess.
Aww.
It's fine, no, but it's okay. The meaning of the purple is secret.
Also, have I been saying it wrong this whole time? Is it Tobias?
What?
Like, have I been pronouncing his name
no,
wrong?
it's
Tobias. Okay, I will get that. Tobias. I will try and say it the correct way now. I'm so sorry. Okay.
Don't worry.
And Duke, what do you do?
He just strolls in with confidence bleeding off of this dude.
Nice.
He goes and orders something to eat. Asks for it to be sent to the middle table. He heads towards the table, sits down, and then turns towards Saul and says, "Saul, oh my goodness, I didn't expect you to be here." He just begins feeling like, "I did not see you until that one time we were at that party. You walked out of the building and I didn't get to talk to you. How have you been? And just, how's your family? Oh, you don't have a family? Whoops, a daisy. How's business?"
This is going amazingly.
This is good. Can I ask you a question, Liz? I mean, I won't be able to do it properly,
Yes.
but what does Saul sound like to you in your brain? Because I've got to try and do his voice.
Very. Oh, I don't know. It's very low, very slick, very was it 50s gangster? I
Oh my
think?
goodness, I don't know if I can do
I
that.
just-
I'll
I
try.
don't know. I'm literally thinking of the frog that I sent
Yeah.
of the image that I sent you. I just remembered how he sounded like in my head, but I don't have an audio touchstone
Okay.
on me.
I'll make a semblance of it. However, a semblance is all it was going to be in the first place. Because as you do this stuff to try and get Saul's attention, he's sitting with his side to you. Like these chairs are kind of scattered about, and not scattered about, but the tables are placed so that they're far enough away from each other. But you're perpendicular to this guy. And he's got a glass of what you assume to be port or sherry or something, and he tips it back and then he leans forward and says, "Well, it was really funny, you understand, you gotta say that, and it was really funny, you gotta understand that, you're really funny that you gotta understand," and he's just looping the same words and the same movement over and over.
Oh no.
Yeah, Duke's not perceptive, but he isn't dumb. He's gonna look around and see if there's any magical incantation, like a rune or whatever, that's causing this loop. He's a magician. He knows what magic is.
Okay, make me a perception check. I mean, you all can do a perception check.
It's one.
A 9.
Listen, never gonna roll above a 10 right now. That's just life.
17.
17.
I will come back to tally. Okay, Tobias. Tobias. Tobias? Is it Tobias?
Tobias is good too, don't worry.
I'm so sorry. It's because I've got a friend called Tobias, and that's how he says it. So I'm like, Tobias. Anyway, you are so anxious. So anxious that all of your performance is going into not being anxious on the outside. So you're really focused on not melting down, even though your hero is sitting meters away from you, and you don't even notice this loop thing. Similarly, Duke, you're so absorbed by that you don't really look around you. You're trying to figure out what the hell is wrong with Saul. Tally, you immediately notice that there's something up with your boss, because you have met them before. This is not your boss. They don't sit like that. They don't sound like that. They don't move like that. And they certainly don't loop like that. And you immediately understand that this whole place is an illusion. And as you realize this, you hear a clunk as the door shuts behind you. And
good.
this enormous bouncer is inside the building now and cracks his unseen knuckles, and the hat lifts up a bit, and you see this amazing smile appear above the muffler, and it's a really unusual smile because every single tooth is a folded up white sock, and the face is made up of other bits of clothes, and his jacket seems to have opened up, and he is entirely made of clothes. This guy is a clothes amalgamate. He has fattened you up and brought you in here, and he is gonna take everything you are wearing. So it is now time to roll initiative. So welcome to the fight, guys.
Oh, dear. Oh no, I am having like wild flashbacks to Fallen London, where I don't know if anybody's like played that game, but late game there's this freaking place called Polythreme where literally everything inanimate is alive, and it's really upsetting. It's about as like, it's not quite as upsetting as this, but it's still pretty upsetting.
Yeah.
Oh dear, I don't.
I was actually also relieved that none of you like cast detect magic outside this restaurant, because you would have noticed that there was some sort of illusion magic happening, because I would have to be honest about that stuff. Okay, that's that. Ooh, Tally, it's looking like you're gonna go first.
Yep.
Unless one of you's gonna beat a 22.
Oh, okay.
We're all good?
No,
Yeah.
D20.
So,
That's one.
roll the initiative. Ooh, Duke! That's
dear.
a good.
That's a
Wait,
5.
what are we rolling?
This is initiative,
Initiative.
so it's when you
We're gonna
are.
fight the clothes.
Yeah, it's when you are active in the fight. When the DM says roll initiative, you know shit's going down, basically. Okay. Yeah. So this is fun. So at the moment, in order, we have got Tally. Then we've got the boss, which is this person. This person made out of clothes, which is wonderful.
Mr. Clove.
Always Mr. Clothes. I didn't actually give this guy a name. I think I'm gonna call him Mr. Big, because he certainly is that. Then after that, after Mr. Big, we've got Tobias, and we've got Duke last. So that's grand. Okay. So yeah. Even though the boss has kind of got the drop on you by shutting the door, that was like what he was doing. So Tally, especially because of your perception roll, this makes perfect sense. You are first in this fight, like, because you realise this is a fight. What are you gonna do?
Yes. Just to kind of like frame this a little bit, because Tally is genuinely like really disappointed by this, because once again, not super the brightest, tends to get tricked by a lot of stuff throughout life. So this is not, unexpected, and is, she was kind of starting to get really kind of miserable and exhausted. But now there is a big monster here to hit, and she's very good at like hitting monsters. So she's going to take her Morning Star and just like swing it at Mr. Big's head.
Yeah, please do that. Roll to hit.
Plus, I can't remember what's going on. Numbers.
Numbers. This is the game of numbers.
What's my attack roll? It's just strength. It's just strength, right?
I ought to know that. Usually there's like a section on your character sheet which says like what your attack rolls are for each weapon.
Yes, I should have looked that up. Oh, attack bonus. There we go.
There it is. Yep.
Attack bonus is +5. That's nice.
Yeah.
Nope.
No.
Oh well.
Nah. Doesn't do it. Yeah, this thing, especially because it's made out of clothes, like you swing and you feel like it ought to have hit. It doesn't, because like part of him jumps up and part of it squishes down, and it just like you totally miss, because this thing is kind of a bit ooshy gooshy. It's a bit oogie boogie, Mr. whatever he's called from the Nightmare Before Christmas. What's he called?
Mr. Oogie Boogie.
Yeah, Mr. Oogie Boogie.
Image.
So yeah, but rather than bugs, it's made out of clothes. So yeah, that ain't gonna do it. Do you have a bonus action or another attack?
I do. I only have one bonus action, and I don't. I'm not gonna use it yet.
Okay. Are you gonna do anything with your movement? Oh heck! You know what I haven't done is put the damn map here so you can like actually see where the hell you are. That would be useful.
Sense of space.
Yep. Here it is. Sorry about that. My bad. And you'll notice when it finally loads that there's a kind of a grid. So rather than me trying to redraw this with where you all are, just say which square you're in, like a chess game.
Ew.
So
currently, we are fighting just two small blue squares going round and round each other.
I know. Come on, man. It's not that big of an image. Also, I don't know about you guys, but it is pissing down with rain where I am. Good God.
Oh God, yeah.
It's torrential out there. Whew. Anyway, there we go.
It's been like this for like 2 days.
Okay, I've now pinned this to this chat, so you can find this map at any point.
There we go.
So yeah, the big dude between those two tables behind him is where the door was. Guess what? The door's fucked off as well. So yeah, it's.
Well, that's nice.
It's such a violent action for the door to do. The door's just out.
Yeah,
It
it pieced. Yeah, so the table that's like kind of diagonally in front of it, like that one that's on the line of 5, that's where you guys were sat. So that's you're basically Tally, you're where C4 is. So you're like directly in front of this person at the moment, but you still have
fantastic.
movement. You still have movement.
Do I provoke an attack of opportunity if I, get back a little bit? Actually, no. You know what? There's no actual advantage for me to go anywhere. So I think I'm just gonna stay here.
Yeah. Okay, that's valid. The thing is, it's Mr. Big's turn. So
I'm gonna get hit.
Yeah. That's what's gonna happen.
so he's basically going to roll to hit, and then if he does, I will tell you what happens. 13. No? Does that hit you?
Armor class 15. So
No, you dodge out of the way, and this big, heavy, not meaty cloth fist kind of goes kaboom where you were a second ago, but it does not get you. However, while he's still got his hand down, pressing down into the floor, this is a bit gross. He kind of goes. And out of his mouth comes shooting a set of clothes. It's a scarf and a shirt and gloves and shoes and a hat. And this little thing compiles itself into a little minion. And there is now a little dude. There is now a little dude sitting on the floor to your left. So that's where C3 is. There's a small thing, and that was his turn.
Bring your child to work day is going well, I see.
Yeah, I'm gonna put that thing in order after Duke. So the little guy is not gonna move until after Duke.
Okay, so Tobias is definitely not going near that big boy because their twig is going to die. So they're staying a little in the back near J6.
Whoa, okay. Yeah, you
things.
you booked it back there.
Yeah, but don't worry.
Hang on. No, wait.
I have spells.
Yeah, wait, there's an issue with that because your movement is 30 feet.
Yes.
And if you'll notice, I've put a little thing that each of these squares is 5 feet. I'm just going to check if you can move there from where you were. 1, 2, 3, 4,
But I don't know
6.
where I was before.
Yeah, you were where this, the square which is D5, you were basically there. So I'm going to say you can make it to the door that's at the top of the screen up there, which is between 6 and 5 on the line between H and I.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you're at the door to the kitchen, so you can move there for sure.
Well, I think there may be fire in the kitchen, and fire is good against cloves.
It's
true.
It's true. You're very clever. Okay, yeah, I mean, that's where you are. What are you gonna do?
Well, I'm gonna check if I can use something to carry fire over to our boss, where the
You
boss
can make
is.
like a Molotov cocktail.
Yeah, sure. I mean, yeah,
I can do that.
there's plenty
That's
of plenty of flammable things in that kitchen, but as I said, you can't get in there right now. But you can.
But that's what I'm gonna do next.
Okay, so you
when I
can perceive things that you would make stuff out of. Yeah, something like that. So if that's your turn,
I
then
have clothes on me right now that I can use for the
Yeah.
lot of cocktails.
you do.
I just need to find a bottle and a fire.
Yeah. So is that all you want to do with your clothes? You're like heading towards that destination.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Duke, again, you're probably starting out at D5. We'll say that table's at D5.
Okay. I lean forward, not moving out of my space, but I lean forward and I tap. No, I'm gonna get the names wrong. I had it down and now they're all falling apart. I'm sorry.
It's okay, take your time.
Tally.
Mhm.
I'm gonna tap Tally on the shoulder and be like, "Good luck, dear." And I yank her shoulder upwards, and I cast enlarge, and I basically pull her upwards, but it's like stretching in Photoshop to make her double her size.
Oh.
Yes!
And then I run.
Tally gets significantly more blurry.
Yeah.
Like, her line art is less precise.
Mhm. Oh, I love
Yeah,
this.
he's gonna run as far as he can to the door. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's gonna run into the kitchen at I5.
Yeah, okay, you're out there
but-
chilling with Tobias, so that's Tobias.
Yeah, I'm
twice.
gonna peek through the door though.
Tobias. I keep saying it wrong. Sorry.
Yeah.
I will try and get into that habit. I really will. So yeah, that's a fantastic move. Do you have any like bonus actions that you want to do or anything?
I don't think so. Everything I have is mostly just actions. If I miss something, well, I missed something. I think that was my turn.
Okay. Well, so next is the little guy. So is this kind of like Groucho Marx looking heap of clothes, and it's gonna jump at the only person who's present, which is Tally. Tally, I need you to make me.
We abandoned Tally.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Tally.
you did!
Yeah. Tally is the meat shield apparently right now. I need you to make me a con saving throw.
That's plus 2.
Constitution.
Ooh, 22.
22. You're absolutely fine. You
Hooray!
it basically has just tried to smother you by throwing itself at your face. But partly because you've been enlarged, it can't cover your face. It's
Oh yeah,
just
I was
like
gonna say, what does enlargement do exactly? Like, what bonuses do I get any bonuses, or am I just really big now?
you get bonuses.
You get bonuses. I think the bonus is when you attack, and if you hit, you can deal 1d4 extra damage.
Mhm.
I
very
wish it did something to your AC, but it does not.
Yeah.
That's okay. More big, more space to hit.
Yeah. Yep. That's how it be.
That's 1d4 damage.
Yeah. I would
Extra damage?
argue, yeah, just any damage I think you do. I would also argue that you would probably get advantage on intimidation rolls, but we'll probably pass that at this point. So yeah,
probably.
this thing tries to smother you and fails miserably. In fact, your hand just like probably reaches up and wipes it off your face. It's like pff, whatever. And now it's your turn.
So could either the other two, out of character, could either of the other two members of the party advise me on whether I try to squash the little guy, or whether I ignore the little guy and try to just take another swing at Mr. Big?
But if you swing at the big boy, will it create another little?
I mean, like, yeah, because like he's going to be the source of any potential little minions. So, but if we don't think if we can we don't get through this fight like fairly quickly, then that we're gonna be surrounded by little Groucho Marx minions, presuming that like it can create more than one. So.
Oh, it can, believe me.
Okay, yeah. No, I'm inclined to try and squish the little one.
Mm-hmm.
Little one.
Okay,
Or at least, can I try and throw it off? Yeah, you know what?
Yeah.
Just try and squish the little thing that's on me.
Just do it however you want, but yeah, describe. Are you like hitting it, or are you smushing it with a fist? Like,
I mean, I do want to hit it, but I do want to hit it with my Morning Star because that's the most powerful thing. I also don't want to hit myself in the face with a Morning Star.
no, well, I mean, I'm gonna say you wiped it off your face, so you're not gonna hit yourself in the face.
Then I'll just sort of then Tally's gonna turn the Morning Star upside down and smash the big pointy end onto the little bugger. So...
You know, that would make me laugh so hard if someone had a Morning Star and used the stick to hit things with.
Just like, the pointy end! No, the pointy end!
Oh boy, you'd have to have a
that's
minus something to intelligence. 16 totally does it. You hit this thing. I mean, I really don't think it's gonna survive this, but roll damage.
1d8 plus 3. 1.
Plus a d4.
The
And plus 4, yes, because you're huge.
3.
Not 4, I mean D4.
Is that just plus? Is that just plus a flat 4? Or...
No, just a d4.
Yeah.
So
Okay, I'll roll.
additional-
I'm gonna roll a d4 separately,
Okay.
so that because I actually don't know how to roll them both at once.
It's fair enough. Okay, yeah, this thing is
Okay,
completely obliterated. You bring that thing down and it just like... I mean, you don't even know how clothes break, but you managed to do that. It's
Just shred it.
Yeah, it's shredded, and not in the beefy way that you talk about surfers. Yep. It's that's a dead minion right there.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not gonna take any like extra actions or bonus actions yet.
Okay, you're just staying where you are. Okay, Mr. Big doesn't seem particularly emotionally phased by the destruction of his minion. Not particularly emotional person, this creature. So yeah, it's just going to Now that one's more fun. Let's do that one. Okay.
No.
I want you to make.
Selections.
I want you to make the most popular role of this game. Apparently, another Dex save, please. Sorry, I hadn't realised how
Dancing.
many of those we were gonna have in this game, but yeah, that's happening a lot today, huh?
22.
22. You succeed, and it
Really
is
good luck.
just as well you did, because it kind of reaches out with these arms that are longer than they should be. It kind of does an oozy thing. Mr. Tickle wants a hug, and you're like, this is a bad idea. And because you're so huge and beefed up, you just break out of this potential strangulating bear hug or whatever it was gonna do to you. And yeah, it's fine. And now because that was a special move, it can't do the bonus action of making a minion. So that's the big guy's turn.
Oh, hooray.
And next it is you. Yeah,
It is me.
it is you.
Well, I'm gonna grab a bottle of alcohol.
Oh,
Damn.
yes.
Damn.
That's what I need.
Okay, I'm not
Really
sure.
drinking
That's
at
what
this
I
time.
need right now. And
I mean,
And,
I want to like make you roll to make this thing to see how good it is, because you're like, if you were an artificer, you would have to roll to create a bomb or whatever. However, because you're
Yeah.
an actor and this is basically improvisation, I'm gonna give you advantage on it. So
I saw this in a movie once.
yeah, it's that kind of a roll. I'm gonna say like roll
That should work.
roll me intelligence. So like D20 plus whatever your intelligence bonus is at advantage. Okay, that's a 3. Please do better than that.
Okay.
Oh my goodness, that's a 3. That's a real 3.
That's a.
Yeah. So roll.
I took a bottle, but it's water.
You just drank it. No. Water bottle. No, roll again. So I have to take the higher number that you've rolled. So roll that thing again. And we'll see how this turns out. 14! I'll say that does it.
Better.
Yeah, you've never made a Molotov cocktail in your life, but you saw it in a movie once, and you make it, and it's okay. Like, you haven't used the most volatile substance. Like, you have basically used cooking brandy. So it's like, it'll do the job. It'll do it, but so you have a Molotov cocktail. What are you going to do with it?
I mean, I just need to put this guy on fire, so I don't really need the place to actually explode.
Okay, well if you're rolling to like throw this at the enemy, I'm going to say like you may want to move where you are. Well, no, because you'll have had to go into the kitchen to get these things, won't you? So
Well, yeah. So
you
I
may
think
want.
this turn is just creating the Molotov and getting back to the room.
Yeah. Okay. I think that would take up your turn. It's a great move. I love it. Duke, it's your go now.
Yay! Duke, it's a monster, isn't it?
Yeah. Sure is.
I don't want to die. So
You really gonna back out of this fight?
Duke is hiding behind the door tactically, and
Are you
he's just
kidding
gonna
me?
he's gonna point his fingers in a gun, look to the cowboy, and wink, and cast Eldritch Blast.
Whoa! Excellent. What I will say is, between you and the enemy is another person, so you're gonna have to roll this at disadvantage. So disadvantage
Whoops,
because
that makes sense.
yeah, you have a person between you and it.
D20 plus, and what's my?
I am the meat shield, but I do not have an infinite number of hit points.
You
That's
do
been
not.
demonstrated.
I'm sorry.
7.
Well,
Oh
frick me.
boy.
Let's see if I get a nat 1.
Oh, 22. That would have been so nice, wouldn't it?
That would be wonderful.
Here's how this plays out. You hit Mr. Big, but you also hit Tally. So roll damage, and I will split it evenly between them.
Okay.
You
Should
were-
have looked at the spell properly, because I don't know what to add to it.
It's like the most powerful, as it were, spell for a cantrip, which is awesome. But in this case, it may almost be a problem.
Oh my god!
What, a 10? Oh no, is that not plus
Because it
anything?
has no modifiers.
It has no
It has no
modifiers.
modifiers, and I had this with my last wizard as well. Christ almighty.
That's hilarious. So this really impressive explosion of dark, taintily, oozy, whatever person that you're like. Actually, yeah, what kind of attack is it? Like, what kind of warlock is this?
Oh, funny thing, not a warlock.
Oh, not a warlock.
Class-wise.
That's. I'm.
Listen.
Yeah.
Sometimes you make a tiny deal with a patron and get a little cantrip and then you bail. It's just him pointing his fingers in a gun and just trying to fire off a spell, fancy or like, and it messed up his aim and he missed.
Wow. Okay, so yeah, what does the effect of this spell look like? Give me cinematics. That's what I mean.
So you said it hits both of them.
For 1 damage apiece.
For presumably like 1 damage
Yeah.
each.
Yeah. That's
So
it.
he tries to shoot it in a bullet, but then it cones and it gets wider and wider, and you think, wow, he's gonna do a lot of damage with his wide spread. That damage spreaded and dispersed, and it's like getting sprayed with a bottle of water.
Oh, that's tragic. That's really good though. Okay, yeah, that just happens. And in fact, like, that was so pathetic that Mr. Big, like, looks around the side and just shrugs at you, like, what was that? Anyway, now it's Tally's turn.
Dogged on by the boss.
Yeah, he's done this a lot of times. Interestingly, if you'd persisted in talking to Jemima, you may have remembered she was talking about ghosts stealing her clothes, and that the clothes store was really expensive. There's been, like, people coming to this town and, like, really wanting clothes a lot, and then no one ever sees them again. Weird, huh? Anyway, Tally, it's your turn.
Sorry, I'm just just assimilating the really incredibly uncomfortable implications of this, and I don't like it. Yeah. Oh, sorry. The problem is with just being a fighter is that the only option I have is to just hit things.
You say that like it's a
Morning
bad
Star.
thing. You say that like that's a bad thing.
No, that's true. The only other thing that I've got is like I'm a protection fighter, but the only other
that's
two
the best
people
kind.
are about halfway across the map.
Sally,
Okay.
we're baby. You have to protect us.
Yeah, nah, 12
Oh,
ain't
God.
gonna do it. 12 ain't gonna do it, my friend.
Oh, you're a champion fighter as well. I was gonna say, use the martial prowess thingies.
Mm.
No, I don't think I have any of that. I'm
Nope.
just like.
Hitting.
No, the only things that I have at the moment that are applicable are the protection stuff, which I can't do because you two are hiding in the kitchen. Action surge, which I don't want to use yet because I can only do it once, and second wind, which I can only do once, and I'm gonna do that when I'm, more dead than now.
More dead than presently. Anyway, yes, your present attack does not hit Mr. Big. Again, like, because he's leaning out the way, like, dissing your colleagues. Basically, you took a swing while he was doing that, so it's extra funny. He does not, like, miss the fact that you just tried to hit him, however. And he swings his right arm, like, out to hit you from, like, having leaned around you. So, that's going to be a
Just slugging it out in the middle of this fake restaurant.
Oh! Oh!
Yeah, that hits.
Yeah,
Hits.
I thought a 23 might just about do it. Oh boy. Okay.
Just about, a little bit.
So, yeah, this. Oh, I'm so sorry.
What?
Well, I mean, he's a big guy, so that could have been so much worse. Okay.
Could have been a lot worse.
Oh wait, no wait, it's that plus 2. So you take 5. You take 5 damage. That could have been much worse, but it's only 5 damage. And again,
I
like,
think that puts me in.
he's basically caught up in the comedy of the situation, so he backhand slaps you, and it feels a bit like
That's
it's rude. He pimp slapped you. Yeah, it feels bad. So yeah, we move on in the order. Is it time for Burning Town?
Oh,
Does anybody want to
fuck
warn
yeah, it is.
Nope, you never
Nope.
mind. Never
Nope.
mind.
no warning, just throw.
Oh, wait a minute. There's someone in front of the big gate.
Yes! We already discovered this, and I forgot about, like, I was gonna ask at the beginning of my last turn whether anybody wanted to get Tally to move out the way, but nope!
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
I guess I just have to aim well.
Don't do what I did.
Yeah,
I will try.
yeah, I don't know what to, like, get you to add as a bonus, because it's an improvised weapon, basically, so you have to roll to hit, but I'm not sure plus what?
What do I roll to it?
Okay, yeah,
Throwing
plus
something?
dex. I'm gonna say, like, roll d20 plus your dex, and we'll see if it hits. I'm then gonna have to figure out what the hell the damage this thing does is, but anyway, okay.
There's
I
rules
guess
for
we'll see.
explosives.
I think the idea is more to sort of catch it on fire.
Okay.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
just to set it on fire.
Okay,
That's
so
an 8.
the good news is you set something on fire. The bad news is it's not the
Oh.
boss, it's the piano. So you now have
Piano.
you have a burning piano. It's quite an artistic statement. That's
We're going full Pink Floyd here.
yeah, very Pink Floyd. Anyway, yeah, that's what you did. You still have your movement, and if you've got any bonus actions, you can do that.
I do not know if I have any bonus.
You can take a moment to check while I try and figure out what the hell to do with the information that this piano is on
I don't
fire.
know where to check.
What are we gonna do with a flaming piano?
I mean, yeah, you still have a flaming object in the room. That could be useful.
Yeah.
Well, yes. Well, I can throw it because, like I said, Tobias is a twig.
I was gonna say, like, the first thing you think of is to throw the piano at this guy.
I mean, listen, Tally's guy and does have like probably like some kind of reach and also like a handy hooked weapon to sort
Ooh.
of drag things closer with. So that's not that's not like a totally invalid strategy, right?
No, it's not actually.
Yes,
Okay.
but what I'm thinking is that I could try to distract the guy so Tali can go and throw the piano.
Yeah. I mean,
Because Tali could
We could just hit him into the
be
piano.
strong.
yeah. Sure. I'm gonna make you roll persuasion because like there is like the help, the assist action, but that would like take up your whole turn. So I'm gonna say this is like because again you're an actor. This is gonna be a bonus action. It's a specialist thing that you could do. Like yeah. Let's see how this goes.
Okay, so persuasion.
Persuasion. 19. You're very distracting. What do you do? Like, tell me. What? Like, give me some flavor. What does this actor do?
Okay, so I tried to find just a little thing to throw, nothing that could do damage, but just to catch his attention, and and then I start screaming, growling things.
Shocking. Yeah, that'll do it. Like this.
Lot of growling sphinx.
This big guy is like, you know.
There's a ton of bubbles.
Wow. Yeah, the big guy is not particularly phased by the object you threw, but my goodness, the language! Shocking! We can't have that in this kind of an establishment. He's so offended. And yeah, he's very
I
distracted.
think Tobias likes a certain movie creator
Mm.
who says a lot of insults too.
Yep.
So he has a flowery language.
That's very good. And you know, honestly, you threw my expectations with what a cutie this guy is on the outside. But you know, I guess it's like Julie Andrews. You've got a mouth on you. Okay, that's what you do. The guy is very distracted, and I will say, like, basically, unless anybody else aggroes him, he's gonna make a beeline towards you on his next turn. But like, we'll see what happens. Okay, Duke, it's your go.
I'm looking at what I have. Don't have many combat spells,
Mm-hmm.
and if I do, they're not really prepared. So
I mean, combat is like you don't have to attack this guy. Like I said, like if you leave him alone, he's gonna just head towards this other person who you have nothing to do with. That's fine.
yeah, I don't want to witness some murder.
I don't know this guy.
I don't know this guy, but I also don't want to witness some murder.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do another Eldritch Blast at this dude, trying to draw his attention towards me. See if we
Okay.
get a circle going around.
Yeah, interesting.
Hopefully he gets dizzy and falls over. I saw
Yeah.
that in the cartoon once.
Sort of a piggy in the middle situation going on here
Yeah.
With a burning piano.
with a burning piano.
But
17.
I swore that Tobias was gonna start playing the piano and just do
Aw.
the fucking the Eurovision.
no.
bit.
Holy shit, that would have been badass. 17 hits. You have hit the big dude.
Finally, let's go. Oh,
Oh my god. It's another one! I mean, like, seriously? This guy is like... Yeah, again, like, he's gonna head towards you because, A, you aggroed him, but again, like, what was that? What was
This
that?
is what happens when you don't make a proper contract with a war patron.
Yeah, they're not feeling it today, man. The vibe isn't there. Do you have any bonus actions or, like, movement you want to make? Because you're like, I'm basically treating you like you're still in that upper side doorway. Yes? No? Maybe?
I'm going to walk up and stand onto a table. Just the nearest table I see, the one in that top
Yeah.
corner.
Yep. Okay, you stand on that. That's fine. And then it is not the little guy's turn because they got squished. Tally, it's your go.
Okay. So our plan was to try and distract and then cause Mr. Big to meet piano. Yes, that was
Yeah.
as far as we got.
Basically, But, you know, if you attack Mr. Big again, like, the attention will go back to you. His intelligence is not, like, I mean, he's pretty smart because he set up this whole operation, but he's, like, in terms of a fight, he's very straightforward.
No, so I didn't necessarily want to try and like how far away is the piano? Where's the piano? Oh, okay, I'm between the piano and the thing. Okay, can I? Okay, I'm gonna push the rules a bit. If you will allow this, but because he's distracted, can I disengage without incurring an attack of opportunity?
You know what? I'm gonna say yeah, especially because your last attack missed. Like, he's kind of like, whatever, these people are rubbish. So yeah, you can just step out the way. You can step out the way.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna retreat closer to the kitchen to about G4-ish, that's about that. That's within my movement range, I think.
Yeah, sure. Yep, that's where you are.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do that. And I guess switching weapons would take a turn, wouldn't it?
I'm gonna say not. I'm very flexible about that kind of stuff, especially like if you're moving away, then like you've got an opportunity to sort your hands out while you're backing away from this guy.
Okay, brilliant. Yep. Fantastic. That means I can still get an attack. Oh no! Stop trying to load. Which is because I have a longbow, and I can still attack at a distance.
Yep.
So that is the attack bonus is +4 on that. 20 + 4. I have to say the numbers out loud, otherwise I'll forget them.
Yeah,
18. Does
that
18
gets him.
hit?
Yep.
Hooray!
Roll to damage.
And I also get a little bit of extra damage. You do 1d8 + 2 + 1.
Also, I hate to say it, this guy has not taken much damage right now. He's looking very healthy. A 5. Okay, yeah, he feels that. He feels that. And a
That's
D4,
6.
like a 6. Yeah. You hit him but good in the shoulder, and it's enough of an impact for like the shoulder to go whoosh back. It's like, okay. So like, yeah, he's definitely cottoned on that you are the biggest threat to him physically. So again, he's going to like walk towards you. However, you are near the burning piano, so he is heading that way. And it's Mr. Big's turn. So, oh gosh, what shall I make him do to you? Okay, because you're not the only ones who can like improvise weapons. So, he reaches over. He reaches over to one of these tables and he's going to give you the chair. So he's going to try and smack you Shrek style with one of these restaurant chairs. Yeah, that's going to be... Well, he doesn't have specialism in improvised weapons, so I think I'm actually just going to make him roll a straight d20. 17? Is that going to do it?
That hits.
Tally, I'm sorry. You've been hit by the chair. And I think it's fair to say, like, a chair plus his strength is probably what that would be. Is going to be a d4 + 3. Let's see. 7. You get wonked on the head for 7 damage. Bong!
Yay, I have 9 hit points!
And again, because like this was a not his special attack, he goes and another one of these compilations of like, this time it's like kind of a pair of big squeaky shoes and glasses and a bobble hat and 2 little like silly like kids gloves pop out, and yeah, you've got another minion, and again I'm going to put them after Duke. So,
You're distressingly good at making the vomiting noises.
I'm
not
sorry.
It's upsetting.
Sorry about that.
No, it's a compliment.
It's always the sound effects that nobody wants to hear that I'm good at making. Anyway. Mr. Molotov, it's your turn.
Oh my. Well, I think Tally is in need of healing right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, please.
So I'm gonna use Healing Word
Good choice.
on her.
And that's a bonus action, so you still have a turn, don't you?
I don't know.
I think Healing Wood is a bonus action spell. I'm saying this because Alibi has that.
It is.
Yeah, so that's a really good choice. And you can totally do that first, so
Okay.
that's fine.
Oh, thank
But
goodness.
I can also use Dissonant Whisper then to attack. Mr. Big.
Okay, so roll healing
So not
for...
a big guy like me.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would like to be healed, please.
Yeah, I would do the healing first and then the attack. That's probably more artistically satisfying.
Okay, so
This is the healing music.
I'm just looking at stuff. Wait.
It's alright. Casting spells
I'm
is
looking
like...
at my shits.
It's really hard talking and typing on Dice Parser at the same time. I absolutely relate. I always, like, my brain just freezes up.
Yeah, no, big mood.
Also, hell, like, Fireball,
So
one of the
I
most
can use my-
iconic spells, I managed to, like, forget that you make the enemy roll dex the last time I cast it, because I was like, oh shit, I've got to do stuff. So, like, ridiculous.
Oh no.
Yeah, anyway, it still worked, so it was fine.
So I can use
Okay.
a spell slot of second level
Ooh.
to do eye oiling.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So what do I roll?
Yeah, it should
What do
say
I roll
beside the
Just-
spell.
a D4.
Yeah, I if you're rolling it at second level, it might be like 2d4. I'm afraid I don't have the sheet for that up right now. I'm actually on the wrong computer.
Second. When you cast this spell using a spell slot of second level or higher, the healing increased by 1d4. So
Okay,
it's
that's it.
2d4.
Yeah. 6, okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's nice.
Tally, you are healed for 6 health points, and yeah, you said you were going to cast Dissonant Whisper or something fun. Can you describe what that does? I'm not familiar with that one.
So, you whisper a discordant melody that only one creature of your choice within range can hear, racking it with terrible pain. The target must make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, that's a very
On
good
a failed
decision.
save, it takes 3d6 psychic damage and must immediately use its reaction if available to move as far as its speed allows away from you.
That's an excellent spell to choose. He doesn't have any bonus for wisdom. You're going like full cacophonics on this guy. That's great. I love it. 9.
You just sing it so bad.
Yeah,
Woo!
it starts raining outside. It's that's 9. That's really not going to do it. I'm pretty sure. So
Yes, good.
okay, roll
Oh
damage.
my.
Roll damage.
So, when you cast this spell using a spell slot of second level or higher, the damage increases by 1d6. So 2d6.
Very good. Oh, need the exclamation mark.
I forgot.
It's okay.
Uh-oh.
We all get excited. 8. Oof. Okay. Yeah.
Yay.
He looks like he has a terrible headache.
Listen to me, young man. I am whispering directly into your ear now.
You're telling him off. You're very disappointed in him. And you're going to do it in song.
Mm.
I would like to, but I don't know how to sing. But Tobias can.
The point is you can't sing, so like that would actually work for this. Like you make this awful like improvised 2-line song and it's just so bad. Gosh dang it. Like this guy is totally bewildered. And you know, just because I want this to rule of cool and rule of funny. Like he staggers back and turns around, like basically covering his ears and his face, like just this experience is the worst. And he blunders straight into that burning piano, and he's going to take. I think it's fair to say that like a thing that's made out of. I mean, it's a burning piano, and it's been burning for a while. So I'm going to say that's like a D6 of damage. Yeah.
Mm.
And because he's
Safer.
made of
Because
cloth, I will
The
double it.
the spell says the creature doesn't move into obviously dangerous ground, such as a fire
Oh.
or a pit.
Oh, does it not?
Wow.
Oh, okay, fine. Yeah, in that case, redact that. He does not do that. Never mind. That's very honest of
Just
you.
tries to get away, but
Yeah. Okay, he bumps into a table. He like backs away and bumps into a table, but he's like he's still like kind of distressed. Like he wasn't expecting that to come from you of all the people in this room. But maybe he was
no,
because
bad
of the
vibes.
Because of the Grawlix, maybe he's starting to think you're more of a threat than he thought initially.
A psychic threat.
Yeah. Okay, so
Psychological warfare.
he takes 8 damage. Was there anything? Oh no, you took it a bonus action already. Any movement you want to do?
Yeah. No, I'm staying where I am.
Okay. Then Duke, it's your turn.
I can't believe this ring ain't on fire yet. Duke is standing on the table. He was gonna do something brave being try and shoot Eldritch Blast again, but he has realized that there's alcohol on this creature and there is no it's not on fire yet. So he's gonna get down from the table and just walk up to the monster and snap his fingers and cast prestidigitation and start a small fire.
Oh, you're a genius! And because
You could have done that the whole time.
yeah, you know what? Because that's such an unusual and brilliant use of prestidigitation, I'm gonna give you an inspiration point. Again, it's one of my favorite spells, so I love when people use it creatively. And this is just hysterical. So yeah, you
Very good.
You prestidigitate.
He's just bored.
Yeah, he's bored, and you do that. So I mean, prestidigitation just happens, so I'm not gonna make you cast. But I'm not sure what I should roll for damage. It's a small fire, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a small fire. I
Okay.
would assume that it happens on his turn.
Ye-
Probably be like a D4.
Yeah,
'cause
I'm
it's
gonna
not
roll
a big
d4.
fire, but he's also.
Oh, here's the thing though, because he's made of cloth. That's gonna be an 8. He takes 8 damage. Well done.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
This cat is in front of him. He's like, oh Christ!
Yeah, suddenly the other 2 people in this room, he's not going to diss on you so much anymore. And yeah, he's starting to look a bit uncomfortable. However, actually, no, wait. Have you got any other bonus turns you want to do or movement? Oh no, you moved to him, so you're like close to
Yeah,
this
I
guy.
moved to him. And I don't have any bonus turns. I don't. Yeah, none. He's got to stand there. He's not. He can't disengage anymore.
Okay.
So he can't move.
Here's the thing, like, his little guy, like, these little minions that he produces are basically an extension of his consciousness. So, it's gonna come scuttling around from behind him, and you just attacked the big guy. Oh no! That's terrible! And it's going to come and try and jump on you, so I want you to make... Yeah, I mean, he's going to do the same thing. It's going to do an alien face hugger situation, whatever. So, constitution saving throw from you, Duke.
Oh, con. Okay.
Yeah.
Have fun, gun. It wasn't me.
Yeah.
I am
Double checking.
minus
That's a +2 because you. Oh well.
Oof. Yeah.
I don't think I've
Oh,
rolled before above a 10. Like at least I haven't in a while.
No, I mean, I will remind you, you now have an inspiration point, which in this game I'm just going to keep using those as nat 20s, but you can use that anytime you want. It's up to you.
I'm gonna keep this roll because it's funny that Duke has a face hug on his face.
Yeah, and the thing is, when this thing lamps onto you, you basically end up wearing it, so you now have like a pair of glasses that don't suit you at all, and these stupid gloves like clamp over your ears, and the shoes like kick you in the stomach, and It's mean, but it's not very strong. The thing that this thing does is it basically it's blinded you because you have got glasses on that you aren't prescribed to wear, so you can't see. So basically anything you do next time you're gonna have to do at disadvantage, and next time you can make a strength saving throw to get it off your face next turn, and unless one of your colleagues helps you in before that. So Tally, it is now your turn.
Well, I was gonna attempt to try and throw, do the whole throw the flaming piano at the thing plan, but I think that would be a terrible plan if we have a clothed, blind party member standing right next to the target. So, I'm gonna do that on my next turn, hopefully. And for the moment, I'm just gonna do another thing with my longbow, was that +5? I've forgotten all the numbers.
Yeah, I think it was a +5 you added last time.
+4, +4.
+4.
+4.
My bad. Here I am being nice to you, giving you an extra bonus. You should have just taken it, man. You're all very honest. I appreciate that.
They're all so nice. We just want to get. No, that was nearly trying to roll a D0. Nope.
Oh, that wouldn't have gone well. 16. Yep, you get it.
Hooray!
Yeah. Yeah, this guy is big, but he's kind of a bit slow and squishy. So yeah, his AC or DC, whatever you want to call it, AC DC is 16. So all the music jokes in this one. Oof, 6 and 7. Yeah, because you've still got that D4 because you're embiggened. And
I am.
yes. It is starting to look a bit. It's starting to think like this may have been a poor decision. Yeah.
This may have been a terrible idea.
Yeah, this is
Oh
the
no,
first
these
time.
guys are obviously player characters. Oh no.
Yeah. Also, every time you've been like damaging this thing, the clothes that you like destroy. Again, I described when you smashed the minion. Like the clothes kind of broke. It was like they perished or something. And you realize, like, every time you're hitting this guy, he's actually shrunk a bit. Like, each time you've damaged clothes inside him, those clothes haven't stuck around. They've actually kind of crumbled and disappeared. And you sort of start to realize why this creature necessarily has to trap people wearing clothes to get new clothes. Because, like, that's basically how it survives. Yeah. That's what happened. So, do you want to do any bonus turns or move?
Wondering if I should use second wind at the moment because that would probably help some. Let me check how many dice that is. 1d10 plus 3. Okay, no, I'll use it. I'll leave it once more. Next time I take some damage, I'll.
Okay.
Okay, I'm good.
You're good? You don't want to move anywhere? You're fine.
No, I don't think so. Like,
Okay.
I still want to do the flaming piano flipping plan. So
I would love to see that, honestly.
I think I'm still in a good position for that, so I'm gonna stay where I am.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm
good.
done.
It's Mr. Big's turn, and yeah, as described, he's feeling a bit. Woof. But you know what? He's so turned around and like kind of a bit like giddy at the moment. I'm gonna roll a D3, which doesn't exist, I don't think. Oh no, it does. Isn't that true?
It does exist, but
It does exist.
Just a D6.
Basically, I'm going to randomly select which one of you he goes to attack. Oh dear. Tobias, it's you. The UPAN is gonna like have to deal with
my
this.
song was so bad.
Yeah, the song was so bad. Like,
offended.
yeah, he's still offended from all the swearing as well. He hasn't forgotten that, and he's gonna do his special attack. So I really do hope you don't get this problem again.
Oh, no.
This is a dex save, so I need you to roll a dex save for me.
Oh, that's great. Okay.
I mean, on the one hand, I want it to work so you see what he does,
Oh,
but yeah. Oh my goodness.
meow.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Nah.
Nah.
Yeah. You had to roll a 16. You had to roll a 16 or above, and you didn't. So,
Oh,
I mean,
Oh no.
you did. You almost did. So again, it's Mr. Tickle. So his arms kind of stretch out further than they should, kind of ooze, and they wrap around you like a few times because you're kind of skinny. Like, so they go whoop whoop whoop, and you are pulled into his body. You are basically assimilated, and you guys like watching this just see your friend like disappear into this wall. This like. Mad
sorry, sir, but I do not like war.
Oh no! And you basically see Mr. Big like expand, contract with this, and it sounds like an old-fashioned like washing pump. Have you ever seen like those old things that they used to wash clothes in with a big stick that goes up and down?
yes.
It sounds like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then there's a sort of. And he spits you out, and you come flying out. you have taken.
Well, I'm not stinky anymore.
Yeah, that's the advantage of this thing is you
So
have
that's nice.
you've actually taken like this amount of damage. 13 damage. Oh my gosh. Oh god, you're down.
Guess what? It's it's what I had. I have
Are you
0
down?
HP.
Yeah, they're at 0
I am
HP.
down.
Oh.
However, yeah, so
And
this
that nice thing.
the extra thing that I have to add insult to injury is that, you know, all those clothes that you worked so hard to get into this place, they've all gone. It ate them.
No.
Well, they were not my clothes, so.
Yeah, but here's the problem. This thing looks
But
healthier.
they were your hit points.
Yeah, that's basically what's happened. So
Yes,
the
that's great.
amalgamate has recovered a
wait.
little bit of health.
Yet my cowboy hat this.
I mean, that was the risk of you providing.
Because
That was the risk of you providing your own kit. I mean, at least he didn't eat your actual clothes. Like, he hasn't affected your character design yet.
well,
Oh,
yes, that is nice, but still.
Mm-hmm. However, just because, like, I don't know if either of the... Actually, do either of you two have, like, healing potions or healing spells? I'm just checking your sheets right now.
I don't.
No, you
no
don't.
spells.
Yeah,
Tali, you drank the elf potion.
yeah.
She gave me some lemonade. What was I supposed to do? Hoard it? No.
Yeah.
I
It's
just
straight into the
lemonade
house
that
face.
the nice lady
Strawberry
gives me.
juice, and I love strawberry juice.
However, what I will say, because I don't want you to die, but it's also valid because you are in a restaurant and, like, yeah, Tally, as you recall, the lady served you a health potion, but it was basically a drink. So you're in an environment which may provide salvation. However, yeah, you're down and it's not your turn because you pegged it basically. Duke.
That's great.
Yeah. I'm gonna say because you're at 0.
I
Like,
wanted to help you.
do they have to take do they have to make death saving throws if they're at 0, or is it like minus?
0.
Yeah, I thought it
think-
was. Yeah.
I do not know.
Okay,
As soon as you hit 0.
yeah, you're gonna have to make me a death saving throw straight away because it's your turn.
Okay, so what do I roll?
You roll a d20, just a
Just a
straight
straight
d20.
No.
Okay, that's one success. That's a very good success. Basically, if you get 3 successes, you're stabilized. If you get 3 failures, you die. Hopefully we won't get there.
Okay.
Duke, it's your turn, and you've just seen this awful thing happen to your friend.
Well, sort of. I still have the glasses on my face and I'm
Oh, that's
actually
right.
blinded.
You're like blinded, aren't you?
See,
You heard it though. It sounded disgusting.
Yeah. Yeah, I can gather sound effects. Duke is trying to get the glasses off
the
his
last
face.
thing you heard from me.
Okay.
The last thing you heard from me is no, my cowboy hat.
Oh. Oh
And
no.
then you slumped unconscious.
Yeah.
Damn.
Okay. I need you to make.
Sometimes it'd be like that.
Yeah. So Liz, make me a strength saving throw or check, whichever you prefer. I'm not sure which. So this is
I
to
think
see
it's
if you
just
are
a straight 0.
Yeah. 13.
Ah.
They're not very strong, but I'm afraid that isn't going to do it. Like, it needed to be a 14, basically. So you still have the glasses on your face, but that doesn't mean you can't do anything. It just means, like, yeah, if you're aiming stuff, you're going to be at disadvantage. Likewise, if you try and find something, like, say, a healing potion, you're going to be at disadvantage.
Yeah, I'm not. I
Can
don't
you
know
move
where
up?
the healing potions.
Would be, yeah.
You say move out the way.
I was just wondering, like, because I don't want to. I don't want to hit you at all.
Yeah, yeah. If I still have my action, I would like to disengage.
Yeah, okay, you are going to attempt to disengage. Here's the thing, you are very close to Mr. Big, because you prestidigitated a fire onto them last time. Oh! Hey, wait a minute. You set him on fire. I should have taken more fire damage, because he's still on fire.
Oh yeah.
My guy's still burning.
Okay, you do another
Why would you
12.
wanted to set him on fire in the first place?
Yeah, okay,
Oh,
yeah.
that's a 6.
So, yeah, you do 12 damage, which basically all but obliterates what he'd healed by eating your friend, so that's fine. Yeah. He's still not
He
looking
didn't
good.
eat our friend. It's fine. He just ate his friend's hat. You know,
Yeah,
like
that's not cool.
as long as he
multiple
doesn't
things.
die, that's fine.
Yeah, okay, that's how much he's taken from your persisting fire. So, yeah, the thing is, he is going to make an attack of opportunity if you try and move away from him.
But
No?
if I'm doing the disengage as
Yeah.
an action,
Oh,
Instead
that's
of-
right. That's true. That's true.
that
Fair.
prevents opportunity
It
attacks. But
does.
I am blinded, so I might just run into a table.
How do we work this out? Tell you what, I want you to roll me a d20, just like to see how well or badly this goes for you.
Love me a fortune roll. Come on.
12. I'm gonna say like you hit your shin on a table, but you get away. Like you don't take any damage.
swears-
It's like ow, really bad.
He swears in Grawlix because he's practicing Grawlix.
Good. Unfortunately, Mr. Big hates that, so you know.
That can be that's just like the subtitle for the entire fight. Unfortunately, Mr. Big hates that.
Makes us like this.
Okay, yeah. So you do stagger away though. Where are you headed?
Away. Map wise,
Map-wise.
I am probably going back towards the kitchen if I can gather where that is. So somewhere around I-5 maybe.
Yeah,
even
yep.
Further in.
Yep, I'll let that happen. You've had a bad enough time already. And similarly, the little guy isn't going to take another turn. It's just staying on you, so you are like continuously incapacitated visually. Or not incapacitated, but inconvenienced. Strongly inconvenienced. In fact, it's really annoying because it keeps making noises. So,
Shut up! Shut up! I don't...
Screaming
mad.
Muppet noises.
yeah, that's basically it. Okay, Tally, it is your turn. My god, this fight though.
Oh my god. Okay. Because I'm enlarged and I have bonus on strength checks, and because I've wanted to do this since the piano was set on fire, is it
Let's go.
is it feasible for Tally to use the pointy end of her morning star to sort of look into the presumably now wreckage of the piano
Yeah.
and sort of hurl it in Mr. Big's direction?
I love that. Just roll to hit the piano. Like, I'll work it from there.
Okay, what do you want me to roll? Is that like a strength or a dexterity? What would that be to like hook the piano?
Yeah, that's a really good question. Again, well, because you get advantage on strength checks, like, let's make it that. So roll me that twice.
Okay, D20. 3! Yay, my best stat. And now watch me roll really badly.
A 10.
10.
That-
Amazing.
A 19.
Hey!
Superb. You, yeah, you swing this thing and it's like da 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 da, and you hear the like baseball crowd cheer as you send it like home run style into this creature, and it just explodes against this guy. Like, and it does the whole crang noise, and some of the keys like bounce off and make individual plink plonk like noises as it rolls across the floor. It's a fantastic like piece of Warner Brothers style animation. And that would be a huge hit because it's like, it's a big object, it's on fire, and it's funny. So it's like, I am going to make this. I tell you what, I'm going to make this. I'm going to make this a D10, but it's also going to be like +3 because that was a big object. So like, there's still going to be like impact force behind that. 8. Okay, so
Ooh, very
yeah,
nice.
and that's a 16. No, wait, it's what's the it's a 5. So yeah, that's 10. 10 plus 3. It's 13. He takes 13. Oh my goodness. Oh, Mr. Big ain't looking so big anymore. In
You
fact,
get what you give.
yeah, here's the thing, because you're enlarged, Tally, Mr. Big is now smaller than you.
Yes!
And
Go.
the explanation for that is that Mr. Big is bloodied. Like, technically, that's how badly he's doing. Our friend on the floor is still on the floor. So I need another death saving roll from you. So again, that's a straight D20 if you could. Thank you. Oh, fine. Wow. A nat 20.
Very nice.
In fact, because it's a nat 20, I'm going to say...
Okay.
Am I allowed to say they stabilize with a nat 20? I want to.
No, that's
No.
That's
You're the
legit a
DM. You
rule.
can do whatever you
No,
like.
that's a really rule. That's a rule. If you get a 20, you fully come back.
you do?
With 1
Ah.
HP.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, you
Whoa,
there's like...
why?
Yeah, what do you
Yeah.
sound like? Because you've just, like, recovered from death.
I just really want my hat back.
Oh.
It was expensive. It's a full costume.
My heart breaks. Oh, dear. Okay. Well, I mean, congratulations, you're back in the world of the living. Nobody has to try and stagger blindly around to, like, find a healing potion unless they really want to, but you may still want to do that. I mean, yeah. So, okay. I think that's your entire go, though, for sure. Duke, what are you up to? Do you want to make another strength check for this thing on your face?
Yes, please.
Mhm.
I want to see.
So you're aiming for
This is a
15.
D20.
Ah, no. Yeah. Sorry.
Well-
It really likes you. It just is your friend now, basically.
Duke is
Happy
gonna
screaming
try.
Muppy.
Just Muppet yells.
Mhm.
He's gonna try and make a drink while this Muppet's on his face because it's not hurting him. It's annoying, and he doesn't know that Tobias came back to life.
Yeah.
So he's
That's
just
fair.
trying to make a drink.
Yeah, okay, you
Desperately
find...
trying to make a lemonade.
Yeah, you're
With the
finding...
glasses on.
I'm gonna make you roll, like... And again, I'm gonna make you roll just a straight D20 plus your intelligence, but at disadvantage.
Okay.
Because you can't see shit.
Intelligence.
Can't
wi-
see shit, Captain.
Yeah, I will warn you, like, if you do really badly, whatever you make, like, the impact of this concoction may be a negative one.
Oh damn! Oh, that wasn't
Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
That was a
Well, that's-
12. A 13.
That's-
Okay, so the good news is you didn't roll under a 10, which is when we would have been having that discussion. But you make a really shitty cocktail. Like, it's the worst thing you've
Good.
ever made, and you're basically, by your cultural standards, you would be insulted if you could see what you'd made. But basically, what you have created is a health potion that will recover 1d4 plus 1.
Okay.
It's pretty shitty, but it's not the worst.
Might really like it.
It's got too much bits in it. It's not enough drink.
Yeah, there's like a hair
Some
floating
bits of,
around
like-
in it.
Yeah. That's gonna be bad. He has some weird products in his hair.
Okay.
Some like piano chippings and flaming cloth that just sort of like.
Yeah. Yeah.
He
is
does
not the
try to
best.
prestidigitate it to taste a slightly bit better.
Yeah, you can make the flavour better with prestidigitation. I like that. Okay, the little guy is just on your head, but the gloves come off your ears because it goes. So you can hear better
He's like-
now.
He just yells at the glove like, "Shut up! Go away!"
Oh, the hands kind of droop sadly, but it doesn't come off.
Oh,
He's not being nice anymore. He's mad.
It's fair.
oh, you.
Tally, my darling. That was, the throwing a flaming piano is a hard act to follow, but what are you gonna do?
I mean, I'm just happy that it worked.
Oh.
Honestly, Tally's just gonna sort of stomp on over to where Mr. Big is and hit him with her Morning Star.
Yep.
Again.
Nothing
just
wrong with that.
Real hard.
As someone who did nothing but exclusively chop furniture with a flaming sword the last game I played, it's still satisfying. If it works, it works.
I mean, the furniture was evil and trying to kill you.
For
so,
sure.
like,
Yeah.
You know,
It was a great workout.
that's fine.
Oh!
Ooh, 24.
24. Yeah, you hit it good. Roll the damage, please.
8 plus. I keep clicking the wrong tab.
Okay.
8 plus 3.
4.
And
And then plus d4. Yeah, okay, that's a 6. It's looking really ropey, but somehow Mr. Big, who is now Mr. Medium, is not looking so good. And in fact, because it's Mr. Big's turn next, but it's... No, wait, if you've got any bonus actions, like Action Surge or whatever, tell me, what do you want to do?
Actually, yeah, Action Surge is probably a good idea right
Yeah,
about now. Like,
yeah, it would be.
Maybe at the end of his rope, so I'm gonna smack him again.
Okay, that's definitely gonna hit.
23.
Wow, these attack rolls, though. You're really pissed off at what happened to your friend there.
Yeah, I'm really mad. Listen, she hasn't seen her act the terrible in so long, and somebody, naming no names, got her. I literally just typed this one. No, right.
Okay.
Oof.
And remember that D4? Yep. Okay.
Dude.
I'm gonna say, like, do you have any cool one-liners you want to deliver? Because you have totally got this guy.
Allie's not really a one-liner person, but she's just gonna sort of like raise her Morningstar above her head and just like like right above it and just sort of like, you know, when you smack something so hard that the action lines sort of like come from like following the arc of the Morningstar and just explode out into like a star.
Yes.
And it's just kind of like, this is the first time that Tally has ever been able to get proper like effects and sound effects and stuff like happen when she's done something. So like,
yes. In fact, like, I can sort of imagine a comic book speech bubble of kapow that just kind of explodes out
exactly,
with it.
like from those comics and stuff.
Yeah, and
yes, so good.
Mr. Big, who was Mr. Medium, is now Mr. Nothing at all because this collection of clothes explodes outwards, and again, like as before when you attacked him, like the clothes kind of crumble and disappear apart from one, and it floats down, zigzags through the air, and you're now wearing a cowboy hat.
Oh.
You have solved my little monstrous man
I take it
puzzle.
off
Yes.
and I offer it to you. I offer you your hat back, like a little bow.
Oh, thank you. That's very much appreciated. Oh.
Duke waltzes in with the drink, trying to be nonchalant, while the glasses are still on his goddamn head. He conjured up a little umbrella for the drink, and just looks and like, well, that's fine, I guess, and just hands you the drink. He's not taking off the glasses now.
He's got a new friend.
He's got a new friend.
Duke has a new assistant.
Yeah, in fact, after having been released from the thrall of this larger creature, your little Muppet collection of clothes, which I now, like, seriously, I kind of want to draw this thing, it sort of shakes the glasses and goes, and jumps off you, and you now have a little friend.
Well, that's cool as hell.
That's so cute.
I drew the little friend as well, so I'll send you the little sketch
Yes.
of just this creature.
I mean,
This makes me so happy.
As a mechanic-
that could not have gone better.
No, this was perfect. I will say as a mechanic, your little friend here is kind of like your invisible assistant, only visible. So, like, kind of shitty on the hit point pool. Officially, these little minions have 7 hit points, so that's what they have. But yeah, it's made of clothes, and you can, like, ask them nicely to do things. So.
You can call them Mr. Little.
Imagine if you opened your next act with them pulling themselves out of a hat.
Oh, that'd be good.
Yes.
I'm actually gonna train them to do that.
Yes.
Okay, you've won. You've basically won. I'm gonna say that your injured friend probably imbibes that rather shitty cocktail and it tastes okay, but like he doesn't know what the hell you put in there. Wow. So you are now in this restaurant, which is completely empty, and you have defeated the monster that ran it. However, there's a till.
We gotta. I mean, we did just spend the entire game stealing clothes. Are we just gonna like rob this monstrous restaurant? We're gonna rob this monstrous restaurant.
Yes.
I mean, the whole thing was like a trap.
We're committing crimes.
It's not really a crime though, is it? I mean, like, it's a trap that like caught people and ate them, and the money had to go somewhere, so it basically made a cash register for the profits. So.
You could have just bought the clothes.
Yeah. Yeah, wasn't a nice creature, and thought it was cheaper to just eat people, basically. So yeah, you all get let's see, you get 30 gold pieces each, because the people who came in here were like high flyers and trying to like. There were quite a few people. It's all kind of annoying. It's all in small change. Like there's like a lot of copper. It's really heavy.
Oh no!
Yeah, so that sucks.
This is just sad.
Mm-hmm. Hey man, world building. What can I say? And yeah, you've won, and you can report what you've done to the town if you so wish, or you can just bugger off. This is the end of the game. How do you guys want to wrap this up?
Tally is definitely. If any of the laundry that we borrowed from Jemima has survived, Tally's gonna sort of like gather that up and take it back.
Oh, that's appreciated.
Duke is keeping the hat. I was picturing the hat as sort of like a southern old lady's church-going hat. Just really big and wide and just black, and he's keeping it. Listen, it's a look.
It's a look. I like that. Yeah, you can have it.
Okay,
Oh, that's very
I am
good.
I am adding to Tobias' shit that he has a fear of scarecrows.
Oh no.
I do
An
not
irrational
care
fear
anymore.
of scarecrows.
He has one.
Scarecrow phobia. Oh, what a shame. Yeah. So you guys did really well. This was a stupidly fun game, and yeah, I don't know what else to say. I think this wrapped itself up really nicely. You all got.
This is really good. We got like some really good rolls at the end to make
You
things
did.
like cinematically appropriate. I'm very happy.
The dice man. I'm like. Truly, I am starting to believe in the gods of the dice, like, sincerely. They know! Okay, all hail Dice Passer. And I think that's it.
All hail
'cause,
Dice Passer.
Yeah, we've got to the end. And I think we're going to stop recording now. Have you guys got anything you would like to say before I stop recording?
Bye!
That was
Bye.
beautiful. Oh, I love
Don't
that
steal.
first
Actually,
session.
I don't.
Don't steal old ladies' clothes.
Don't steal old ladies'
Clothes
clothes.
are
Anything
sent.
else is free game.
Be gay, do
Don't do
crimes, but
arson.
don't rob old ladies. Okay, yeah. Okay, and...
Be aware of alligators and scarecrows.
yeah, be very wary of the scarecrows in particular. Okay, I think that's it. Thank you everybody for listening, and I will put this recording up on YouTube ASAP. Thank you very much for playing my game.
Yay!
That was
Yay.
so good. Thank you for this. This
No
was a great
problem.
time.
Making it.
You guys were perfect. Thank you so much. This was great.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, and also like thank you for like in the early game sort of like chivying us along a little bit because we were all but kind of like we don't really know how to roleplay at this exact moment in time. So
No,
like
I
just
don't-
giving us a little bit of a poke was really good, really appreciated.
Oh, well, I'm glad I wasn't like railroading you too much, but I wanted to get to the fun stuff, so I did push that one.
We
Okay,
immediately tried to kill a scarecrow.
that was amazing. It was amazing. All you had to
Witness
do was
the
like
murder.
offer to help to get rid of the crows, and he would have given you that stuff. But anyway,
We stole a man's hands.
yeah, you stole a man's hands.
I do not care anymore.
Okay, ethical implications of
God.
that aside, I'm gonna stop recording now. So goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.